What's up, Chico?
I just wanted to tell you, I always watch you. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks,
Um,
Chico.
every time somebody comes up here and tries to debate you, they're not ready for you. You're with the facts. So just keep it up. That's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate it, Chico. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chico. That was very nice. Mr. Jones, good evening. How are you? One time. What's your copyrighted tagline? Oh, he does use that. Yeah. Oh, so they said everybody said they can't hear you for some reason.
All right, guys, can you hear me now?
How about now? Let's see. Can you guys hear him now? There we go. Now you're
Yeah.
back. All right. So he was saying RC. Explain that again.
I said RC thought it was funny to take my tagline, my copyrighted tagline, and then just start using it on all his videos. That's tough. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, all right,
What?
buddy.
He only
So,
came, he's only been here one time. I've only had him here one time.
well, I
He
mean,
never. He doesn't come back.
his big platform is gone. R.I.P. RC.
Oh, sorry, bud.
I'm
Sorry,
not
bud.
at all, at all.
Tough,
So
tough break. Tough break, pal.
yeah, he's super L. Cry corner is what I call him.
Crack.
Um, so my friend Jovan bought RC's book. Don't ask me why. I have
Get the
no.
fuck. He wrote a book.
Yes, bro, you should read.
No. What
It
is it
reads like
called? I have to look this up.
hold on. Let me. I'm about to grab it and put it on the
No.
screen for you. Hold on a
No.
second. Hold on. You got to see this shit. Let me see if I can find
He
it real
did
quick.
not write a book.
He wrote a book. I don't think he wrote it. I think he had Chat GPT write it. Hold on. Let me.
Did Jovan do a live reading on it?
Yes.
Did he?
Here you go. This is what it there. Here it is right here. You see it?
Is it
Beyond
beyond?
the Q.
Oh my god! What the?
Uh,
What's his real name?
Robert Collier.
All right. That is,
So
what's it? Is it about?
it's a fable. This is what it says on the back. A fable about an ambitious young man who propelled himself to remarkable success after discovering and learning, which I think is redundant, after discovering and learning the secret insight that games offer from his business mogul mentor. A must read book before entering any significant business deal, marriage, or relationship.
I would just now. I haven't read the book, so I'm not going to have an opinion. But I could read a couple of reviews. DJ says it's a virgin teenager's fantasy. Reads like this is the Amazon reviews. Reads like some dumb kid was daydreaming about how cool his life could be. Worst read of my life. Couldn't be worse. An incel story about what he wishes he could accomplish if only he wasn't a mediocre white man. Don't waste your time reading this garbage. The guy who wrote it is literally on TikTok making videos about how women are his arch nemesis. Okay, well that one seemed like a little unfair.
Right.
And Incel's Liquid's Fever Dream. It's giving Walmart Alec Jones meets Aldi Andrew Tate with a sprinkle of Dollar Tree Joe Rogan. 0 stars. That's a tough review.
That's the real tough review.
That's tough. Sorry, RC.
That's
Sorry.
real tough.
That's a tough one. Uh,
Ooh, that's tough.
well, there you go. 15 ratings and not great. 2.7 over average.
Oh man, you know his mom wrote him a good one.
I think his mom. Great book. Great book worth reading. Uh, actually, both 5-star reviews say the same thing. And then they're yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna
So
have to read it.
so I've tried to make this book disappear so many times, but like I'll open up the freezer and it'll be in the freezer. I'll open up the microwave and it'll be in the microwave.
It shows up in your passenger seat.
Yeah, because Jovan's a shitbag. That's why.
I know what I'm getting a few people for gifts this Christmas. I know that.
Right? Hey, listen, give it to somebody you really don't like.
What can I just give it to RC?
Right. Buy a case of them and send it back to them.
I'm returning these.
I was like, look, listen, I'm gonna tell you though. When I opened up the freezer and it was sitting in the freezer, I did get really mad. I was like, the fuck, why won't this book go away?
Is that where that stuff came from? Is that where it came out of?
Oh man. Oh
yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. I'm sorry he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's like waiting for the next outbreak when you got herpes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gone for now, but I know that bitch is coming back.
Just when you think you have it beat, just when you think you have this thing beat, it flares up in wedding season.
Flares up.
Yeah.
When you really like don't want it, you know what I'm saying, to be a thing.
It's always the worst time. Anniversary.
The worst time.
Yeah. Yeah. Public speaking event. It's always the worst time.
Yeah, he was on Parker's live the other day, and Parker kicked him. I permanently kicked him because he said W 1930s Germany on a
Oh my God.
a live with me one day, and I was just like, bro, come on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, guys. I didn't shame. I'm not STD shaming. I said it's like when you don't want your herpes to flare up and it flares.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm not
That's right.
Hey,
That's
listen,
right.
These things happen. Like, you know.
We're not shaming herpes. We're just comparing a person to it. That's all that's really happening here tonight.
Well, I guess, you know what I'm saying? He's worse than that. So I understand where you guys are coming from. I get it. So in
it's shaming.
in retrospect, I apologize.
You're right. We apologize to herpes. We shouldn't have said that.
In retrospect, I
nice.
apologize. That it deserves more respect than that. It deserves so much more.
You pulled a long day. I turned on my phone. I think it was this morning, like 6 a.m. You were on.
Yeah, I got on like 7 something.
Where are you at,
probably
though?
at a different
I'm
time
on the
zone.
West Coast.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be on the West Coast. Well, I'll be there technically Saturday, but I'll be doing my lives next week from LA.
What are you doing out there?
The Adobe Max conference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? I don't even know what you do. What do you do? This isn't your only thing, right?
Yeah, no. So I write for a medical organization, or like a medical organization out of Tampa.
Okay.
Black owned, and like when it's like Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I write all the blog posts, I write all the Facebook posts.
So you're the creative stuff. You do the marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a conference I wouldn't know anything about. If anybody in my Discord knows, I can barely work TikTok, so I would be terrible at that.
Yeah. And then, I design clothing. I do a whole bunch of marketing shit.
You provide RC with catchphrases, which is nice.
I do. Yeah. I'm such a giving person, man.
You are. That's what I hear about. That's the thing I hear most about you, is that you're giving.
Yeah, I try. I give out free education.
Yeah. We gave out free book reviews today.
Right.
We're doing all sorts of goodness for the world.
Listen, bro, all you have to do is read the first 2 pages. Matter of fact, I might just send you a copy. I have multiple.
I'll read it live on air. I'll do a series.
Copies, unfortunately. Yeah, we should.
How many pages does this thing have?
It's not a lot. Because,
come on, of course.
Yeah, because who we're talking about. It's
140 pages.
140 pages, yeah. But the
All
last
right.
page is about the publisher, so it's really not, that doesn't really count. So it's 140.
$4.99 on Kindle.
Yeah, it's 139 pages.
Seems steep. $4.99 seems steep.
Well,
That's almost a
now
coffee.
That he doesn't have his platform, he could probably use the $5.
What happened? Did he lose his TikTok? Is that what happened?
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay, we'll talk about it offline. Okay. Thank you for protecting me. I appreciate it.
Yes, some games you just shouldn't play. That's all I gotta say about
Yeah,
that.
DM me about that. I want to know about it.
Some games you just shouldn't play.
Can't wait to find out.
Right. Like one time, right? I got a splinter like real deep in like the heel of my foot. And I was like, I can't just leave it there, because what if it gets infected, right?
Yeah.
And so I took a X-Acto knife and I cut it out. Kind of the same deal.
All right. That's ominous. I'm excited. My Discord's like they all say I have to tell them after.
He
So
got
if
our
that's okay with
seed.
you,
Joe
got our
Biden
seed.
got our seed. Yeah.
Poor guy. Well, the resurrection will be nice. That'll be terrific. He'll
Somebody
come
said, I
back.
don't
He'll have
like
learned all
Mr.
his
Jones.
lessons. He'll be a totally different person.
Somebody said, I don't like Mr. Jones. I want to debate him. Listen, I promise. If you might want to start somewhere else. You might want to start somewhere else.
Right here's a spot. If you don't like Mr. Joe, I'll go quiet. You can come right up. Who was it?
Let me see. Let me see who this person is. I have to go back. DCF. DCF. Come on. I'll make you famous.
Why didn't he like? What'd you do? I can't imagine somebody wouldn't like you.
Right. You know what's funny though? There's a guy by the name of Black Guru who didn't like me either.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I've come across Black Guru.
And I made him famous, literally.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way. You know what he did though? Like he posted the debate of me and him. I didn't post it. He posted it. I guess thinking that like he did something.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it was on like every single media outlet you could think of. The Shade Room.
Oh no. Oh no.
People from ESPN were talking about it. It was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. It was everywhere.
Wait, what? How would I search this?
Why don't women cook or clean anymore? I think was it. Why don't women want to cook or clean anymore?
Let's see this. And he posted it.
Yeah.
Oh, he did post it. Oh, okay.
He did post it.
I have a similar video that I posted that Snuggles just reposted. And I didn't understand that one either. I was like, wait a minute. That was me dunking on you. And he like put it like Snuggles is winning. That's what he wrote. I dunked on him, and then I gave him the last word, and I hung up before he got the last word. It was bad, and he reposted it. I really think some of these people don't know when they lose. They just don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's still one of the top videos on TikTok if you search his name right now.
I've got it here, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably when I tell you that it did like in the 100 million plus views, it was crazy. Like literally, I went to get a sandwich made at Publix, and somebody was like, "I know you." I was like, no, you don't know me. No, you don't.
What was this on? Was this on his podcast? What was it?
It was on his. Listen, the funny thing is, right? I requested, and I was sitting there, and I had ordered something from Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And so, like, when my food came, I was like watching the person outside because they kept like walking back and forth, like they couldn't find my house. So I was barely even paying attention to the debate. Like I was barely even involved in it. It was just such a ridiculous. He's like, why don't women want to cook or clean anymore? I was like, bro, because they're tired. Like, what kind of question is that?
Like, where do you get that data either? Where do you get that data? I know some women that like to cook and clean.
Right.
I don't know where that data's coming from.
If they didn't have to go to work, you know what I'm saying, at all, or raise children for that matter, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to, you know what I'm saying, to cook or clean. But you expect women to go to work, you know, an hour plus commute back and forth to work, then, you know what I'm saying, like do the grocery shopping, and then raise your badass fucking kids, you know what I'm saying, and work
That'd be
the 8
cool.
hours, and then cook or clean the house while you sit on TikTok and talk about how much you don't like women.
I bet it's good. Guru got it from his ass.
Like that's what you want.
That's where he got it from his ass. I don't know Guru. Maybe he doesn't show up in the mornings.
Not worth knowing.
All right, good enough. I didn't see DC here yet. No DC. Sorry.
Nah, he said he wants to debate me on my platform.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I don't know why that matters. I don't know where. I don't know why it matters where you get the ass whooping, as long as you get the ass whooping. You know what I'm saying?
It's neutral territory here. It's maybe easier.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they don't actually want to debate me. Like that's not a real thing.
They just want to say it they just want to chirp.
Exactly. Nobody's running around on TikTok saying, you know who I want to debate? I promise you nobody's doing that.
If somebody wants to debate, well, Havoc says he wants to debate you. You want to debate Havoc? This might be easy for me. I'll sit here and let other people debate all night long. All right, sure. Havoc, you can come up.
I'll go. Who that is, but sure.
Well, you're in for a treat. I'll go on mute. Havoc, be a gentleman.
Oh my gosh, is this come on, HVAC? Come on, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what do you
Mr.
want?
Jones.
Jeffrey, what do you want?
Jeffrey?
Hey Jeffrey, before we get going, I need
Yeah.
to make one thing. Why are you using shushies? Why are you stealing shushies and using it all around the internet? That's fucking. It's on my hat. It's mine.
It is. Wait, is that what it says right now?
That's what it says right there. Shushies.
Hey, I will admit I got the shushies from you. I'll give
Of
you
course,
that. Actually, I
everybody
agree.
knows
I
that.
was about to say,
But
like
it's a
that was even a question.
Yeah, everybody knew that. All right, you guys can
But I
debate
mean,
now. I accept, as Marianne Williamson once said to me, I accept your apology.
I
I'm gonna keep using until you trademark it, okay, buddy?
All right,
Shush, shush,
I'll
shush,
get
shush,
it.
shush. Well, I don't
that
think I
and that
quite
is
put
and
the
that the
she
shush
on
shush
the
shush
end of
shush
it.
shush belongs to Good Trouble.
Oh, poor Good Trouble. He's off in the ether. Huh. Anyway, yeah. So, Mr. Jones, what do you want to debate? Republicans, why vote for Trump? Yeah, because Trump is the greatest president ever lived.
Okay, Jeffrey, we both know that there's no way you can substantiate that claim. Like, why would you even start there? Like, why?
Wait, you said we both know
Yeah,
you
Jeffrey, can I ask you a
cannot
question?
substantiate that claim.
Jeffrey, I don't know if I've ever asked you. Did you have kids? Do you have
Yeah.
children? No.
It's not my favorite topic. Yes, I have kids.
You do? Are any of them daughters
Just
by
because I
any
don't like
chance?
talking about it on TikTok.
Are any
Huh?
of them daughters? I have two little girls.
Yes,
Well, I have three
I
daughters
have two
total.
little. I also have two daughters. Yes.
Yeah, if one of your daughters came home, right, and said, like, some boy at school grabbed me by the vagina and then kissed me in the mouth without asking for my permission, what would you say?
Obviously, we would be calling the cops.
Why?
Are you saying Trump? This isn't analogous, though.
It's not.
No, we're talking. You're talking about kids, and then what you're talking about with Trump is an adult. Very
Yeah. So
disanalogous.
what about him? What about him going into like the teen pageant rooms? You know what I'm saying, and looking at the
Mhm.
girls while they're trying to get dressed?
Oh, okay. So, wait, you were there when that happened? Like, how do you know that? What are you talking about?
Because he said he does it, and they
Wait,
said he
he
does it.
said he does it. Okay, so what did he say?
Yes.
Curious. Okay, so
Yes.
what did he say? He said,
I mean, do
so
you want
Trump,
me?
are you saying
I can
Trump
play the
said,
hot
this
mic
is what
video
Trump
for you
said. Trump said he goes into little girls' pageants room and watch them get dressed. Is that what
It
you're
goes
saying?
into the pageant rooms. Yes, I mean this is things that are well
Okay, so
documented
wait,
before
you're
he became
saying, wait,
president.
okay, so you're going to have to show me that,
No
or we could
problem.
just keep moving. We could keep moving it right along. So next.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna pull it up right now for you.
Oh, he's going to pull it up. Hold up.
I mean, did he not say that he
So
grabbed women by the
I
vagina
didn't,
without their permission?
no, that's not, I didn't say that at all. What are you talking about?
But did he say that? Yes or no?
Wait, you're conflating pageants and then what he said. Like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
I
Because you're
asked you a
making two
question.
different claims.
Did he say he grabs women by the vagina? Yes or no?
Oh, well, yes, but that's a different claim.
Oh, well,
Right,
is
then
that is
you're
that is,
conflating it with children?
no? I'm asking you a question. So if your daughters
Wait, do
were
you think,
adults,
hang on,
if your
Jones,
daughters
do
were
you think
adults,
that he was saying, hang on, do you think that he was equivocating that to little girls? Is that what you're saying?
that's not what I was saying at all, and you know that's not what I was saying.
Okay, then why would you use the analogy of little girls?
Okay, if it was your wife or your daughters were adults, what would you do?
Okay, so if my wife, what, came home and said Trump grabbed her by the pussy?
Yep. Oh no, not
Well, I
Jesus
would be
Christ,
a rich
man.
man. I would be a rich man right now.
Do you see what he? Do you see how disingenuous this is, guys? I
Wait,
just
do
No,
want
you
to
know
point
he's
what
out how
that
no
word means?
disingenuous
Jeff. He's
Jeffrey is.
asking. He's
Wait,
asking
how is,
if Jeff. He's asking if he went backstage and it was your wife or your daughter that was in the pageant, and they were back there. They were not. They didn't have any clothes on, and he just barged in. Would you have an issue with that?
wait, if he just barged, like, wait, so did he or did he not grab them by the pussy
No,
or
no,
by
no.
the whatever?
That's a
Yeah.
different story. This is we're asking. He's
Exactly. Then tell Jones that. Thank you.
They're two different stories, right? He's talking about, but if your wife or your adult daughter was backstage at a beauty pageant and some guy
Yeah.
just was walking around while they were naked, how
Well,
would
of
you feel
course,
about that?
absolutely. You don't even have to finish that sentence. Of course,
Okay, so
unequivocally,
why
no.
don't you?
But how are you making this analogous to Trump?
Well, because that's what he did.
Trump.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah,
Do you want to hear what he
Trump
said?
Yes, I
told
want to hear it. Yeah,
All right,
let's
it's
Trump
hear
on the
told
it.
Howard
Howard
Stern
Stern.
I
show.
want to hear what
Trump
Trump said
told
he
Howard
barged
Stern.
in and.
Yes.
decades.
Yes. Trump
You know, they're
told
standing there
Howard
with no
Stern.
RTP, is everybody okay? And you see they're standing there with no
Hold on, I'm going to play it.
You see these incredible decades. You know, they're standing there with no is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with it.
Women?
In 2001, Tasha Dixon.
Yeah.
That was women.
Your wife is also a woman, I assume. And so,
Oh,
and if
okay,
your
no,
adult
hang on.
daughters
I
would
thought-
also be women.
no, wait, hang on. Okay, so, I see what you're saying. Okay, so play. I was thinking, I was looking into the. Okay, go ahead, play it again. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Well, I'll just read it. He said, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
Wait, like what? What are you referring to?
With going backstage while the women
Wait,
at the
how do you
beauty
know
pageant.
it's going? Wait, where I didn't
my
hear
God.
that.
Well, do I need to go? I got to go find the full thing.
Yeah,
It's on the
rewind,
Howard
yeah,
Stern.
rewind.
All right, this is on Howard Stern. Do you really need to do this?
Howard Stern. Okay, so you're saying
Literally millions of people heard this.
The context was saying the context was they were talking about beautiful women, and Trump was talking about how he could go backstage and see the beautiful women that were in his pageant. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yep.
He would walk in on them
somehow
without
makes him,
asking
like,
while
what?
they were
Like,
not
what is-
dressed.
How is this? How is this like? He didn't barge in and grab anybody by the
No,
pussy.
he absolutely did barge in.
No, he did. Dude, you're conflating two different things. You can't do that.
I'm
That's not
not.
how this works.
No, I'm
Dude, you are
not.
talking to the greatest. Look, I have 2 coins right now. I'm the greatest debater on TikTok. It's obvious. 2
Bro,
coins.
okay, listen,
No, I'm just kidding.
Jeffrey, can we have a reasonable conversation without you being ridiculous,
Of
bro?
course.
Seriously. Okay,
Yeah,
listen.
I gotta.
In 1997, Donald Trump walked into the dressing room of the Miss Teen USA beauty pageant while contestants were changing.
Yeah.
4
Okay.
of the 51 contestants spoke to news outlets about it. Said that Trump entered the changing room.
Yeah.
4 of the 51 contestants said that Trump walked in.
Okay. What's your
He
point?
went on the Howard Stern show and said,
Wait. So what is your point?
While they're getting dressed.
And dude, wait. He owns the building, the pageant. He owns what's going on. What are you talking about?
Okay. So that means he should be able to do it.
Are you saying they were standing there stark naked?
They could have been, yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
so actually, there's
That's
people.
amazing.
So Jeff, there's women that were there that have said that they were naked when he walked in. There's multiple women that have said that.
It's in Time magazine.
Okay, sure.
It's in the Guardian.
Okay, so does this? Fine. He saw naked women and he walked in when he wasn't supposed to.
And then he told Billy Bush that he grabs women by the vagina. And then he was found liable. And then he was found liable for SA.
Okay,
How many more
fantastic.
instances
So you're
do you
saying?
need?
Oh, okay. So perfect. It seems convenient that they did all these things to make him look a certain way. When no offense, but like 20 years later?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How many people, if somebody came up to you, right, and told you that
Of
one
course,
of your
there's
friends.
no time frame on. I don't care
Jeff,
about that, right?
Jeff,
Of course, it's going to be
Jeff,
bad.
can I ask
I
you a
already know
question?
the question you're going to ask me. I just answered it.
What
Go
am I
ahead.
going to ask you? What am I going to ask you?
You're
Go
going to
ahead.
say if like someone comes up to me and like if there was this like obtuse like rights violation, if it would matter years later. Yes, it would.
No, it's not what I said. It's not what I was about to ask.
It's not what you're equating. Okay,
No,
go ahead.
no.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
if
Prove me wrong.
women kept telling you about one of your friends being a rapist, at what point are you going to listen to the women, or are you just going to keep ignoring them because of when they told you, or how long they waited to tell you?
Oh, okay. So it's just based off of like how many times someone tells you this thing.
No, but
Like,
we're talking about
if they told you
30,
once,
40, 50
then
different
it's okay.
women.
But if they told you 10 times, then it must be true.
We're talking about 30, 40, 50 different women.
30, 40, 50 different women.
If you add up the women that had SA claims against him while he was
Well,
running,
you're not very good at math
let me
because you
just
said
do a
30,
fact check.
40, 50.
Well, hold on. What was that, like 26 or so?
No, that would be 30 plus
RTP?
40 plus 50.
I'm pulling up the number right now.
Okay, cool.
Pull it up, Big Daddy.
Thank you. I like when you call me Big Daddy. I love
RTP,
that.
he has my heart. Shush. It actually works.
You're bad at that. I'm seeing 26, including one 13-year-old. And I'm reading the declaration for the protective order they filed. That's pretty bad too.
Okay, so 26 plus the 4 women
Wait,
from
where,
the
where,
team
where, where are
pageant.
you getting that source from? RTP,
Plus,
what's the source?
This is the case documents that were filed
I got you,
in.
Jen. Hold on.
It's case 116 CV 04642. I don't know what state it was in. Does
What
anybody
does
have
that
the
mean, dude?
state?
Just give me your source. Like, where are you getting this information from?
Well, this is the scan. This is literally the court document. So this is on. Somebody sent it to me on Scribd.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. And I gotta say, RTP, I'm impressed. When you brought up that like source, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to wait, but you like brought it up quick. I'll give you that. You have the information. I'll definitely give you that.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about what
But
he said
the
about his
information
daughter.
is still
If
incorrect.
Ivanka wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. But even worse,
Okay,
one
and
of his administration officials wrote in a new book that he talked about what sex with his daughter might be like.
wait. Did he say if she wasn't my daughter? What does
I'd be
that mean?
dating her.
Right.
Yes.
What does that mean? If she wasn't my daughter, what does that mean?
Wait, but
Bro,
would
this
you
is a joke,
say
right?
wait, but would you say that about your daughter at any
Would you
point in
say
her
that about your
life?
daughter, bro?
Wait, hang on. Wait, I'll answer that question, but first answer mine.
I would never say that about my daughter. That's
Dude, hang
disgusting.
on. That wasn't my question. That was RTP's question.
No, you just said, did he say if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her? That's what he said.
No, I asked you a question. This was the question. I said, what does it mean to say if she wasn't my daughter? What
It
does
means
that
that
mean?
you're sick.
No, hang on. Wait, you're just obfuscating. Answer the
No, I'm
question.
not.
Oh, it means that you're sick. Okay, so anybody that says if she
If they
wasn't
weren't
my
my daughter, I'd
is
be dating
sick.
them. Yes, they're sick. Anybody who says
Hang
they're
on,
sick.
dude, you're obfuscating again. Just answer the question. I've answered all of your questions, Mr. Jones. Now answer mine. So
I'm gonna be
what's
honest,
the
Jeff. I
No,
don't
you don't
understand the question
obfuscate me.
you're asking. What's the
it's a
question you're
very
asking?
perfect. So answer this question. What does it mean to say if she wasn't my daughter? What is that?
Do you
What is the
wait?
implication there?
Do you not know what that means, or what are you asking? Of course, everybody knows what that means. That's the most clear
Okay,
sentence
so what does
possible.
it mean? Tell
There's no
me.
ambi. It means
You're
that if she wasn't,
RTP.
it
Thank
means
you.
that it means that if she wasn't his daughter, that he would be dating
Oh,
her. It means exactly what he
okay.
says.
Perfect. Then there you go. There you go. Thank you.
Would you say that
The
about your
I
daughter,
just
answer
said
though?
that already.
Well, okay, so
That's sick.
this is just hang on. So you're saying that if I say the same if the logic lines up to like what I would say to like what I would say to someone versus what Trump would say, that would
If
be
you
the
said
difference
that
maker?
about your daughter,
That would be
first of
the
all, I don't think
symmetry
you knew what
breaker. Hang on.
obfuscation
No, of
is.
course. Hang on. I'll answer the question. No, I wouldn't say that about my daughter. But that's not the symmetry breaker. That's not going to make your argument, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, of course. I'm not going to say that thing. But are you going to say it? Were you on the Howard Stern show? Did you make $1 billion? Were you a Playboy, a freaking millionaire? Like, dude, like, of course not, right? So, of course, you're not going to do the same things that this other person is going to do.
None of
That's
those
not a good
things
line of
would change
logic
the
or
fact that
question.
I would not sexualize
Fine,
my
fine, I
children.
get it. We're
Yeah,
not talking
but
about what
HVAC,
you would.
but Jeff, it's kind of like saying like I wouldn't wear a wife beater on camera every day. That's like a normal like it's like okay, well that's just a difference of opinion. But then saying like I would never say that I would date my daughter if she wasn't my daughter. That's fucking weird.
Oh
That's
no,
weird,
hang on.
and nobody should say that. It's a
It's
weird
weird.
thing. It's a weird thing for you to try and like semantic out of this
Wait, so
because it comes off really weird as like a dad. That's strange for you to say.
that's no. Again, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just trying to straw man me at this point, right?
I no,
No,
that's not
that's
a
not what
straw man.
straw
Then
man
listen
I
to
means.
was
what I'm
giving you
saying.
I gave you the
Listen to
example
what I'm
of
saying, and don't try to straw
how
man me.
I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
wear a tank top on camera every day and you would, and that's a difference of opinion. But everybody has the opinion that that's weird. Nobody thinks that's not a weird thing except for when it's Donald Trump who you want to vote for. Then you're trying to like make this
Oh,
weird ass
okay. So
semantic argument
this
to
is
get around it. It's
right.
weird,
You're
dude.
just saying. Wait,
It's
RTP. You're
weird.
saying again. Why do you love to plead the majority? You do it every time.
Oh
What?
my god,
And
dude.
by the way, I thought you were
Just
letting. I
hey,
thought
all
you
right,
were
I
letting
got
Mr.
it, bro.
Jones debate me.
You're right.
Mr.
I'll get back to
I
Mr.
got it.
Jones. There you go.
Thank
I
you.
got it.
Thank
I
you.
got it. I got it.
I
Well,
know
I
you're
mean,
good,
it's not.
RTP. RTP's good. I'm gonna give you that. He's a decent debater. He's not as good as me. He's getting there though. He's getting there.
This is nuts. This is nuts. Hey, should we
Yeah,
do a quick poll? Should we
wait,
do a
what are
quick
what?
poll?
Well, just so you know, Mr. Jones, I was in Jeff's live yesterday. If you want to go by
Jeff has
coin,
lives?
if you want to go by coin count, it was pretty unanimous. At one point, I asked the audience to take a poll, and I just said thumbs up if you agree with me, thumbs down if you agree with Jeff. It was 98% me. The coin count was rough, and the viewer count after I left was rough too.
Real rough. Real
Yeah,
rough.
Yeah,
but
I
it's-
think you lost in every measurable way. You lost yesterday. I'm not sure you're
My
the best
son-
debater.
My son
Yeah,
just
but
texted me. My son just texted me.
Oh wait, hang on.
My son just texted me and he said, this guy is sick in the head.
No, hang on. RTP, you're right. You're right. You've been going live longer. You're better. You know everything. Your views are up. It's great. You get all the money. That's fine, right? That doesn't make you more correct than me, sir. Sorry. Now, Mr. Jones, do you want the smoke or not? Because RTP
Let-
is like kind of
let's
like
get
white
it.
knighting for you, because he
Yeah, he
actually
has it.
understands the arguments. Do you?
Okay. Yeah, my
See what I
stupid
did
black
there?
ass.
Oh
How
God,
my
I'm good.
stupid black
Okay,
ass
exactly
know what
good.
you're talking
Okay,
about.
drop me a follow. Drop your boy a follow, or don't. Drop me a lot of hearts. And I need a little bit more than 2 stars. It's kind of lame. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Jones. You know I love you, man. Go ahead. I love Mr. Jones. He's very handsome. Look at the. He's got a great beard. He's
He
very
does have a great
chiseled.
beard.
He's got the best. He's got one of the best beards on TikTok. But
Look,
definitely has a
Jeff,
better head of hair.
Jeff, I got shit to do tonight. I got people to debate tonight. So you either get on with this debate and stop stalling, or I gotta drop you both and go to somebody else. It's up to you.
Right.
What are you, Mr. Stalingrad? What do you want to be a communist? What's the deal? Go ahead, Mr. Jones.
It was just Stalin, not Stalingrad.
I know. It was good. You got to admit, that was nice. Okay, so go ahead, Mr. Jones. Let me debunk you 100 times over. What's your
Well,
case?
well, you haven't started with it. You have to start with one first. Like, first of all,
Yeah. Okay, well,
what
I
a
guess
straw
that's
man
a win
argument
for me.
is. I need you to learn those before you use them.
Oh, I know. I use really big words. You have to look up. That's typical for when Republicans are talking to Democrats. Hello? Mr. Jones, he must.
Yeah, I feel like this
He's
is a
got
joke.
that. He's got that 4D Wi-Fi. He's playing checkers. I'm playing chess,
Well,
you guys.
I'm gonna make an executive decision here. I'm
Love
gonna
you, love you, man.
I'm
Have a
gonna
great
make an
night.
executive decision here and
Love
load
you,
up the box. I'm gonna drop
you
both you
guys.
guys. It was
Absolute fun.
look.
Load it up, load it up.
Ty goes to the
everyone.
listen
All right,
to
bro.
Jeff.
Thanks.
Ty goes to the runner, but you weren't even close. So I'm giving this one to Mr.
Stop
Jones,
it.
and I'm absolutely biased.
You like the
Brother.
judge in the Trump case. You're biased as hell.
Okay, I know. Jeff, I'll give you the last word. Go ahead. Jeff, I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
No, you won't. Go ahead, kick me.
Shit, he's seen that one before. All right, that was enough. Let's see. I'm just looking for opposition. I don't think there's opposition in my box right now, but I do appreciate whoever's screen name is "Help Me Pay My Lawyers," and so I'm gonna go here. This looks like a Joe Biden one. I think I've seen your name before. One and only. Welcome.
Yeah, we've been live before a few times.
Cool. Sorry, I've literally the worst memory. Sorry.
It's all good. So, who do you think is going to be the next Speaker of the House?
I don't know. Who do you think? There's a lot of bad options. Oh, like it seems to be only bad options.
So, do you think McCarthy was a good option?
The cool thing about McCarthy is that he wasn't like Jim Jordan, which is nice. He didn't have he wasn't credibly accused of just turning a blind eye to abuse allegations, which is good. I don't know who else is even thrown their name in. Who are you liking?
So who Jim Jordan turned their blind eye to?
Do you not know about when he was a college wrestling coach? You know about that?
Nah, man, you must have dug deep, man, because I know that not too long ago.
No. This is like what like normal people know. But if you get like MAGA news, you would never know this. But Jim Jordan was an assistant coach at Ohio State, and he's had multiple former athletes come forward and say that they told him about being abused, and he just denies it. He's like, "No, I didn't do that." But there's multiple athletes there that came forward and said, "Yeah, he just turned a blind eye to this."
And when was that?
He was the coach from 87 to 95. He said this was one of the athletes said Jim Jordan called me crying, groveling, begging me to go against my brother. That's the kind of cover up that's going on there.
He said Jim Jordan called me.
Yeah, he was one of the Ohio State wrestlers. Or no, Michael D. Sabato was the brother of one of the Ohio State wrestlers, and he had gone public about these. And Jim Jordan, I don't know how Jim Jordan knew him, but Jim Jordan, he said, called me crying, groveling, begging me to go against my brother.
Huh.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, whether you like it, whether we believe it or not, like, I don't understand why every time a Republican rises to the top, it's somebody who has like allegations of abuse or horrific allegations. Like, I don't know why Republicans can't put somebody up with like a clean record. Did we just decide after Mitt Romney ran and he had a clean record that like no more, we're not putting up clean people anymore, only like criminals?
No, I think it's just been that way for a very long time now.
Yeah, like since like Trump, right? Since Trump came around, he just like brought a band of criminals with him.
Real quick, so you honestly think when a non-political person entered the political atmosphere, that's when everything became corrupt?
No, I think that's when the Republican Party started elevating criminals.
So when do you think the government started being corrupt in general?
I don't think the government is corrupt in general. I think that there are people within the government that are corrupt to varying degrees, and I think there are some people in the government that are not corrupt. But saying the government corrupt is like it's a really lazy blanket statement.
I wouldn't say it's a lazy blanket statement. You just admitted that some of people in the government are corrupt, and you can pick and choose who you want to.
So if I said the whole government was corrupt, that would be kind of a lazy statement, right? If I don't actually believe that, if I think some are corrupt and some aren't, and some are more corrupt than others, it would be a lazy statement to be like the government in general is corrupt.
I mean, you could call it lazy if you want to. That's your opinion.
Fair enough.
So, since you think the corrupted government and certain people are, who are the certain people you think are corrupt besides before 2016? Are
you talking about which party?
No, I'm just in general. It doesn't matter what party. Who do you presidentials? The last 4 presidents, have any of them you felt in your mind? Have any of them been corrupt?
I mean, it depends on what you mean. Like, I think a lot of that's you'd argue maybe moral corruption. That's a hard one to really nail down because it's hard to figure out exactly what they were thinking. Obama, I can't think of any anything he was credibly accused of. Bush, I can't think of anything he was credibly accused of.
The thing is that
even Clinton's stuff was.
So what has to be credibly accused? You have to be charged and found guilty to be credibly accused?
No, credibly accused would just be like there's an accusation with some evidence behind it.
You haven't seen the Clinton documentary that's on YouTube that's been on there for like the last 5 to 10 years of how
well, I didn't get to Clinton yet. If you remember, I stopped at Clinton. I said, Clinton, you could, and then you kind of cut me off. So I hadn't got to Clinton yet. Clinton, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stuff there with the Clintons that at the very least you could say like, yeah, there's something, there could be something there. But like Trump, there's so much there. Like more than any president in history, like way more.
See, that's what they want you to believe there is, and they can give you the facts.
But I've seen the evidence, though. But I've seen the evidence, right? We've seen the evidence. Show you the
evidence because the evidence is in court. The only evidence that you've seen is it's pretty much like a police report. Come on, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess you didn't read any of the indictments. Is that fair to say?
No, I did read them.
Okay, then how are you saying? So what was the evidence in, like, let's say the Mar-a-Lago indictment? Are you familiar with the evidence in there?
Like I said, the evidence that is given is the evidence that they want you to believe is true.
Yeah, that's what happens in an indictment. You take the evidence that you have, and you take it to a grand jury, and you say, here's all the evidence we have. Do we have enough for a case? And the grand jury ruled, yes, you have enough for a case. And now they're going to go to court.
Yeah, and the thing is it's really funny that you don't see that what is going on.
No,
There's
it's really
no-
funny that you don't see
no-
what's going on, because what you're about to do is you're going to say like there's some conspiracy. But again, this isn't about like I read the indictment. Hold on. Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on, brother. Hey, hold on, brother. Hold on. I read the indictment and I saw the evidence in the indictment. That's where I'm getting the evidence.
Okay.
So what am I seeing? What about the indictment should tell me that, like, what am I missing then?
So
if I'm reading this indictment, what am I missing?
Trial, they're only able to give you the bare minimum before it goes to trial, right?
No, they can give as much evidence as they want, but they need to provide enough evidence to get a trial. But they could have shown all the evidence if they wanted, and maybe we do have all the evidence. Probably not, but they can show as much as they want.
Okay, but they're not going to show what they have, because then it'll just give Trump the defense to counter it. So
yeah, no, but they do show. They literally show like pictures. They show the text messages.
Like I said, they give you a minimum amount of what is going to be there.
But the minimum, even if this is the minimum amount, it's extremely damning.
In your opinion?
Well, why is it not damning in your opinion?
Because, man, there's a lot of people that have been tried with evidence.
No, I'm talking about this evidence. Why is this evidence not damning?
I'm giving you an explanation. If you don't like my explanation, please don't interrupt me. So my explanation was that there's been plenty of people that have been taken to court on multiple different things that they were not guilty for, and they've been charged, they showed evidence, and they went to prison for it, and they didn't do the crime.
So that doesn't answer my question in any way. I said, what about this evidence is not damning? When you look at this evidence, why do you think it's not damning? Looking at just saying that people have gone to court and won before is not that doesn't have anything to do with this evidence.
Not gone to court and won before. I said people have gone to court for things that they did not do, and they've been charged for it, and they showed evidence that they did, even though they didn't do it. And
okay, so I'm going to try one more time then. What about this specific evidence do you say like it's not damning? Why do you not feel like this evidence is damning?
Because, okay, now
because is the answer?
I told you the answer. You just want me to give you an answer.
Well, okay, so let me add some more context and see if this helps then. Maybe this will help with the question. So when I look at the evidence, I see pictures of classified documents wait, I'm not done. Hey, I'm not done. When I look at the evidence, I see pictures of classified documents that are clearly not stored in a safe environment. I see the text messages between employees of Donald Trump saying, "What should we do with these, with all these classified documents?" They're taking pictures on their phones and sending them back and forth, and this is the evidence that we're seeing. So then it's talking about like where they should hide this evidence, where they should move this evidence, and again we see more evidence just like strewn about in places that anybody can get to. We see a picture of literally classified documents that have tipped over and are on the ground, and this is again a text message that a Trump employee sent to another Trump employee. This isn't stuff that the DOJ took. It's not something that the FBI took. All of this, including the text messages, are all from people that work for Trump and still support Trump almost universally. So when I look at all this evidence, I say, it sure as hell looks like he wasn't taking care of these classified documents.
I understand. It does look like that. I agree with you. Okay, so when
then the question is, if you agree that it looks bad, why do you think that he's innocent?
Okay, just because it looks bad doesn't mean he's guilty.
I know, but why do you think he's innocent? Two different questions, right?
Why do I think he's innocent?
Yeah.
Because they want the man to be guilty, okay, for reasons.
So you'll ignore all the evidence because you think that Democrats just want him to be guilty. So even though the evidence looks bad, you're saying, I just want to make sure, listen, you can correct me. Listen, you can correct me.
I don't even think it's the
You can correct, listen, hey, hold on. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Just let me get my sentence out, okay? So are you saying that there's all this evidence that we both agree looks really, really bad, but you've decided he's innocent because people don't like him or people want him to be guilty? Am I getting that right?
The higher power wants him guilty. Correct.
Okay, so even though there's all this evidence, you think he's innocent because people want him to be guilty. Could people want him to be guilty and him also be guilty? Could both of those things be true?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you think the evidence is
they want him to be guilty and he's not guilty.
So then help me with this. If you think the evidence is compelling
I mean,
then why
am I
don't you
wrong?
think he's guilty?
RTP, bro, real quick, you're a man. You can admit it too. So you can admit it too.
Can you answer my question
the
first?
same thing you
I
just
promise
asked
I'll let
me-
you. No, you can't interrupt my question and just avoid it. I'm asking one more time. If you think the evidence is, it will. Well, let me finish. If you think the evidence is compelling, and you agree that somebody could want him guilty and he could be guilty, again, I don't understand why you think he's not guilty, other than it seems like you just don't want him to be guilty.
Okay, there's a difference.
What's the difference?
I can tell you that I don't want him to be guilty, and I could tell you that I don't think he's going to be found guilty, and I could tell you the charges against him I think are bullshit.
You just said the evidence was compelling.
It looks that way.
Well, so what do you think the out would be with this evidence? How would he defend this?
That's up to his lawyers. I'm not a lawyer.
Well, I know, but you've made a judgment that he's innocent. So I'm wondering, like, how are you explaining this to yourself?
That's why I asked you who you think the next speaker is. Because
Why? See, you avoided that question, and I think that's weird. Why did you avoid that question?
Weird if you keep asking me the same question.
No, that was a different question. Do you want me to ask it again?
Sure.
Okay.
One more time.
Okay. So again, if you don't have a reason, if you legitimately don't have like any reason to think that he's innocent, you're not providing any counter evidence, why are you convinced that he's innocent?
Why am I convinced he's innocent? Because I am. Okay, listen, I'm going to tell you an answer.
Listen, man to man, you know that's a bad answer, right?
Well, that wasn't my answer.
Okay.
You wanted me to.
Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, so I could give you an answer, but I tell you, I've talked to plenty of different people, and I've talked to you before too. You may not remember, but I remember. Okay,
I appreciate that.
Well, I just got a good memory.
I have a terrible one, so that's why I said I appreciate that. I'm a little jealous of your memory.
It's all good, brother. And I smoke a lot of medical marijuana, so a lot of people.
But it doesn't help my memory one bit.
I mean, see, that's how everybody's different, so it affects everybody differently. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But long story short, when you're going up against very high-profile people and you say these things right when you because I got to start from the beginning. Right when he ran, he said he was going to do certain things to certain organizations that didn't care for it. Okay, and that's when a lot of the slangs and arrows.
Who did he say that about?
The CIA, the FBI.
What did he say he was going to do about the CIA?
I believe he said he was going to fully investigate them and dismantle them and all kinds of shit.
No, he never said that.
Oh, so you want me to pull up the video on that too? I went to a Trump.
When he said he was going to, wait, hold on. Remember, you said that he was going to investigate and dismantle them, right? That was your quote.
Real quick. You can pull up quotes all you want. I was talking to somebody last night about a bill that got passed in California, and they tried to debunk me when I got the fucking.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with this.
I totally understand it doesn't. But when you have a general election Tuesday, November 8th, 2022 handbook, and you're reading the bill out of the book and the bill got passed.
Okay, but that still has nothing to do with this. I need you to defend that claim that you said Donald Trump was going to investigate and dismantle the CIA. By the way, I would use a different organization because these charges that are happening right now, they have nothing to do with the CIA. If I were you, I would focus on the DOJ and the FBI.
FBI and CIA.
Yeah, but he didn't say that.
Okay, real quick. Do you want me to put up the clip where he did?
Where he said he was going to investigate and dismantle the CIA prior to being elected? Yes, I do want to hear that.
That's what his campaign was on. What do you think he got so many?
I'd like to hear that.
That's how he got so many Trump supporters.
I'd like to hear that.
Okay, here, let me get it for you.
Thank you.
And see, the thing is when you say those things, just like JFK, did you know Trump was cool with JFK Jr.?
Probably, but who cares?
So
this has nothing to do with this.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with this?
It has nothing to do with this. That's what I mean.
Why was JFK assassinated?
Junior or JFK? Which one?
JFK. I'm just curious. If you're so political and you know,
I don't know that. I think that there is some discrepancy on why people believe JFK was assassinated. I think that you'd be hard that you could talk to a lot of educated people and they would have very different ideas for why. I don't think we've ever proven exactly why.
Well,
And there's a lot of conspiracy theories there. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But I wouldn't be comfortable like standing on an answer.
I talked to a financial advisor, and he's very wealthy, and he said that it was because JFK was trying to back the dollar by silver, and then he gave me a dollar that was actually 2 different dollar bills that were printed with silver. I mean, you can laugh all you want, but do you own 1,000 pounds of silver?
But that doesn't make him an expert on why JFK was assassinated. You literally said you talked to a financial advisor and he told you this. Like, what? Who cares what that guy said? That's not a good source.
See, the thing is, bro, if somebody owns 1,000 pounds of silver and 400 pounds of gold, outright owns $1 million office and outright owns a $2 million home, you think that they don't have any good advice they could give you, bro?
Well, first of all, Congress. So when I'm reading,
yes or no.
I didn't listen. I honestly didn't listen to what you said. You have to say it again.
If you knew a financial advisor personally that owned 1,000 pounds of silver and 400 pounds of gold, if you did just personally yourself, and they were paid to give financial advice to people, and they just gave you a dollar that said in 1957, it said this is a silver certificate, and this never went into play because this man is not here anymore. Would you believe him, or would you tell him he was lying too?
I would fact check him, and then I would look at executive order. And then I would look at Executive Order 11110, and I would see that John F. Kennedy actually issued an executive order on June 4th, 1963, that gave the Secretary of the Treasury the authority to issue silver certificates. And the order allowed the Secretary to issue certificates if any were needed during the transition period under Kennedy's plan to, now listen to this word, you ready? Eliminate silver certificates and use Federal Reserve notes. There was no plan. This executive order was eliminating silver certificates and replacing them with Federal Reserve notes. It's not because he was taking us. It's not because he was trying to put us back. He wasn't trying to have us backed by silver.
Real quick, I'm glad that you believe the Google search that you popped up.
I'm reading the executive order that he wrote. I'm reading it word for word. This is his executive order. We have .govs. What are you talking? You just discredit it without knowing? So your source was a financial guy who has silver, and I read the executive order, and you're like, well, Google lies.
So you don't
Come
think
on, dude.
You don't think
you guys have to be better than this.
Bro,
this is why people don't take Trump people seriously. You've got to be better than this.
Come on, man. Okay,
I just read his executive order that said the exact opposite of what your friend said.
You don't think this financial advisor didn't read the executive order?
No, he obviously didn't.
No, you're obviously think you're
Bro, do you listen? I know. Listen, one of my best friends in the world is a financial advisor. He is literally the dumbest person I've ever met when it comes to politics. The dumbest.
I followed you before you even started doing politics. You were a sports announcer. All you did was announce sports, and you hopped into this.
I didn't announce sports. I did betting picks.
Yeah, and nobody watched your shit.
Actually, I did pretty good on that. Actually, I did pretty good on that as well. I had like 800 subscribers on YouTube. I just didn't use TikTok that much. But guess what? But a lot of people watch me now, huh? It turns out that they liked my political opinions better than my sports opinions.
There's a lot of narcissists in the world.
Yeah, narcissists. Yeah, that's what narcissists do. Narcissists love listening to other people. That's a good. Your audience is narcissists. Yet narcissists don't listen to other people. Like your arguments are so silly. This is so silly. I'm reading the executive order, and you think that your friend who is a financial advisor is like a good source. The problem is, dude, is that when confronted with evidence, you put up the blinders. You don't care. You just want Trump to be right, and you will say and do anything to not have to admit that either one, you don't know what you're talking about, or two, that he's not a good person. You will go to extreme lengths not to ever admit that you're wrong. That is, by the way, something that narcissists tend to do.
No, that's not true, buddy.
No, there is a tendency in narcissists to never admit that they're wrong.
Oh, I admit when I'm wrong.
Okay, so are you looking at Executive 11110?
No executive order. I told you, bro, this dude that's very wealthy and rich, he looked at the fucking executive order.
No, he didn't.
Okay, guess what? If
he did, then he's dumber than he's not smart. If he read this and he thought that that's what was happening, then he doesn't know what he's talking about. Are you appealing to the authority of an unknown financial advisor? That's your appeal right now?
No, all I'm saying is you're trying to discredit him because you read a bill on the internet and you're saying he's stupid when he's rich as fuck and he's way more wealthy.
Lots of stupid people are rich. First of all, you don't know anything about my wealth, and second of all, lots of stupid people are rich.
Bro, if you were killing it, for one, you wouldn't back transgender men to go into women's bathrooms.
If I had money, I wouldn't support transgender people. Hold on. You're saying, hold on. Let me make sure you got this one right on this pivot here. I'm going to let you pivot because you got stuck on that last one, but I do want to make sure that your claim is, if I was actually wealthy, then I would not support transgender people. Is that correct?
Oh, you love cutting people off. Let me tell you.
Because you said something dumb, so I stopped you. And then I'll ask the question. I don't care about your rambling. I want to know.
One of them.
I want to know just about that one, though. Yeah, I just want to know about that one. Yeah, I just want to know about that one.
8 hours at a time.
I just want to know about that one. I just want to know about that one. Shushies. Hey, sweetheart. Shushies. Okay. I just want to know about that one. What you said is, if I actually had money, I wouldn't support trans people. I just want to make sure that I heard that right.
You gonna make sure you heard all of them right? Or just
we can get to those after. Stop running from questions. No, I don't need questions. No. Here's the thing. When I ask a question, answer it and then ask your question. Don't answer every question with a question. You look silly.
When I say
I'll ask one more time. Shushies. Okay?
When I say something, don't just quote one thing.
Shushies. So, are you saying that if you have money, you would not support trans people? Is that what you're saying?
No. I didn't say that.
Okay, then what did you mean when you said that? You said if I was successful, I wouldn't support.
It all went together, okay?
No, I just want to know about the first one, though.
For 2 hours alive, you wouldn't support trans going in men's.
I do it for 3.5 hours, actually, not 2, 3.5 a day.
So you wouldn't support trans going into women's bathrooms because real men wouldn't support that.
Well, period. Only real men have money.
Do you consider yourself an alpha male?
I am a soy boy beta cuck all day, every day.
Okay, well then you just said it, bro. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I have. It's literally on a T-shirt that I wear, dude. This isn't breaking news.
I'm glad that you're proud to brag. Let everybody know about it.
Thank you.
And you don't deny it.
Not at all. Soy for breakfast, soy for dinner, soy for lunch. It's all soy all the time over here.
Well, that's horrible. I'm proud to be a man. I'm proud to be an alpha male. I'm proud
you're plowed to be an alpha male. How did you got plowed to be an alpha male? Is that like a ceremony or what was that?
You got plowed to be what you are.
That's right. That's how I became a beta.
That's what you said. Your wife plowed you.
Correct.
So that's cool. She took your manhood. So now she wears the pants.
Yep.
That's cool. I'm glad you don't mind it like that.
Thank you.
I wonder how you would be treated.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not married, but I appreciate you saying that.
I wonder how you'd be treated in other countries.
Depends on the country.
Oh, most of them.
See, I think in a lot of countries they'd appreciate me because I can read and comprehend things, and they'd be like, "Oh, this guy reads stuff before he forms an opinion." So I think in a lot of countries I would be welcomed.
The thing is, I've read a lot of stuff.
Well,
just like I could tell you about.
If you have, I'm a little concerned about like the comprehension.
Okay, just like I could tell you about the political therapist, but you don't want to hear about her either.
No, I want to know more about how, for some reason, you think that your friend saying that JFK was assassinated because he wanted to put the America back on the silver or gold standard, silver standard, it sounds like, which we were never on. And the executive order he signed says the exact opposite. I'm just curious about your reading comprehension, because this says the exact opposite, but you're convinced that your friend, who's a financial planner, knows more than what JFK said in his own words.
Man, it's cool. Like I said, you could pick out the thing, but if
the things that he said, I picked out the things that he said.
He would be able to defend himself, and I promise you, he's way more educated than you are, bro. He's like twice your age.
He's not. He's clearly not. If he honestly thinks that, he's clearly not more educated than me. And I dunk on people older than me all the time. In fact, I find that older Republicans are generally the least informed because they've just lived their whole life being so convinced that they were right that they say things confidently without any real backing. I find that older Republicans are generally the dumbest ones.
When did you start being super political?
Well, I used to be a Republican, and I worked on Republican campaigns. I started that basically out of high school. I worked for the Republican Party up until 2015.
So do you know, RTP, that that 13 states They do not ask for photo ID to vote, and you can look that up. I'll give you the website. Please.
Wait, can you stay on subject, please?
Okay, well, you
asked me how long I've been. Did you just not like my answer? Is that what happened?
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
We'll stay on that one. So
Yeah.
you said when you were younger and you went to school and you started working on the
So
Republican Party.
I studied political science. I worked on a lot of campaigns. I held leadership in the Republican Party. I was a state delegate. I was a precinct chair. I worked on Mitt Romney's presidential campaign. I worked on Orrin Hatch's Senate campaign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to switch parties?
When Donald Trump showed up and started lying, and everybody was just like, "Oh, we like this guy," and I was like, "What in the fuck is going on?"
So why do you honestly think Trump supporters support Donald Trump?
Because they like the fact that he's brash. They like the fact that he says mean things, and they don't really have to do any research. They just can listen to what he says. He said he was going to win, and for a while it really looked like he was winning, right? Because he won the presidency and things were looking good. And then all of a sudden 2018 happened. He lost a bunch of seats. 2020 happened. He lost the presidency. They lost more seats. 2022 happened. Like, Republicans have no idea. From a political standpoint, by the way, he is the biggest disaster possible for the Republican Party. He has killed the Republican Party. You guys are losing right and left because he sucks and everybody hates him, and you guys won't let go of him. It's really like, it honestly is like self-sabotage. You guys are hurting yourselves by holding on to your worst possible candidate.
I know. Okay, so that's what made you switch, Donald Trump.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Have you heard about I guess there's people that probably did that like you did and they switched, but there's a big Democrat walk-away party also.
You know what? You'd have to show me real good evidence of that. I've seen what people have said. I know that there was in 2016 there were some people that went from like Bernie Sanders to Trump. Those were largely just people who were like populists. They wanted to see an outsider. They wanted to see big change. So they voted for Trump for that reason. And fair enough. Like, I think that was a fair reason before we knew who he was going to be. I think that was fair. But the thing about Trump is, like, he has made it possible for Republicans to just ignore reality. Like, you know, Mitt Romney's hated by the Republican Party, and he's hated for a speech he gave in Park City right before the primary election in Utah. And he made all these predictions about Trump, what would happen in a Trump presidency, and he was hated and mocked and called a rhino forever. Like, everybody hates him now, but if you read his predictions, he got every single one of them right, and you don't know that, and nobody knows that, because nobody actually cares about what's right or wrong in the GOP.
No, I do. See, maybe some people
Okay.
do. A lot of people. There's other people that do.
So Romney predicted everything, literally everything. I could go through them if you'd like me to.
No, I'll go research that on my own.
Yeah, go watch his speech. He nailed it. He nailed every single thing that Donald Trump did. It was so, for those of us who were politically involved, who knew, like, and by the way, one of my research papers in college was on Donald Trump.
Okay,
That's when I found out he was a fraud. So I knew before he ran that he was a complete fraud. He was a crook. He bankrupted people all over the country. He didn't pay his bills. He cheated. He lied. Like, everything about this guy, he's always been a phony. And just most people don't know that because he did a good job marketing himself. And then once he was the candidate, you guys have a weird choice. And this part I get. Once he's your candidate, you have the choice either to believe some of the things that have been said about him, and then you have to not support him, or put on the blinders and just say, oh, they must all be lies. Everything must be a lie.
Well, I mean, I've done my research on both parties. See, the thing is,
Not parties, candidates. I'm not talking about parties. I'm talking about candidates.
Whatever you want to talk about. But for me, I've never been political, just so you know this, okay? I'm 45 years old. I was born in 78. I've never been political. I never gave a fuck. Why? Because I didn't think they really gave a fuck about us too much. That's my opinion, okay?
Fair enough.
Certain time in my life, I became political. Why? Because I've always been in the business. And if you know that people that will open their own business or start their own business, which I've heard you say you've done before, so you got to know this.
3 times, yeah.
There's a very small percentage of people that will chase their own dreams. And
Okay.
the percentage of people that will open their own business is roughly around 2% of the people
Okay.
in the world that will open their own business. So once we have somebody that was in business, regardless if he bankrupted or not, I started being a little bit more interested in politics because I was curious on how this was going to play out. So I do bounce around a little bit, but it's the same topic. Robert Kiyosaki, how do you feel about that man?
I don't know enough about it. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Robert who?
Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, I didn't know that was his last name. I think that book's so-so.
Well,
I had a company. We did a book. We would do like a monthly book, and we read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think it's like kind of common sense, like Dave Ramsey type shit. It's fine. I don't think he's a genius.
Okay, well, he might not be a genius, but he sure knows how to work the system enough to have 12 million properties and be 1.2 billion in debt.
Yeah, he's substantially more successful than Donald Trump. Substantially more.
Okay, so well, guess what? Him and Donald Trump are really good friends, and he has an interview that he does with this Arabian dude.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Quick, let me finish. I'm proving a point, okay? You don't have to care. You just said that the dude was good and he was more successful than Trump.
Yep.
So I'm letting you know that they're friends. And he explains why they're friends. Because they're both socialists, and he said Biden's a communist. And he explains that he owns oil rigs. He doesn't just buy and sell stocks.
Wait, who were both socialists? Who did you say were both socialists?
Real quick, Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump. You could look up the video.
You think Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki are socialists?
Did you just say that I think that, or did you just say, did he say that?
Did he say that?
That's there we go. That's what he said.
Okay, well, that's a good argument that he's stupid, because Donald Trump's not a socialist.
They're friends.
Yeah, but he's wrong.
So real quick,
that's so stupid.
That's what a narcissist would do. Tell somebody that has 12,000 properties that they don't know what their friend is.
Donald Trump is not a socialist.
Okay, so real
quick.
quick.
What the fuck? Whoa.
So
what are you talking about? No, dude, what are you talking about? Donald Trump is not a socialist.
So Robert Kiyosaki's wrong then. And you're
by the way, it's Kiyosaki.
I don't
K-I-Y.
give a fuck how you say his name. Correct me on that too, because you love correcting everybody on everything.
What are you getting so mad about, brother?
Because you don't. Because
are you mad that I just corrected the name? Calm down, dude.
I don't care what you corrected. You could correct me all you want.
Okay, well then calm down. If you don't care, let's chill, dude. Chill. But hold on. You think that so Robert Kiyosaki, who you think is really smart, also says Donald Trump is a socialist. And this is what's your argument here? This is one of the most.
I didn't get to finish it.
Please finish. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
He said when Biden came into office, because he owns oil rigs.
Biden owns oil rigs?
No, Robert.
Okay.
And Robert said that he was selling $30 barrels, and he's probably lying too, right? Because everything all these people say are lies, you know? But what he said was he was selling barrels of oil for 30, and Biden came in and crushed everything and wanted to cut the middle class, and he was selling barrels of oil for $130 each. Yeah, see, he's wrong. Wait. See, I love it when you get some proof from somebody that's knowledgeable, that's successful, that's wealthy. You're more knowledgeable than they are.
Hold on, let me just make sure I've got this all correct. So, Robert Kiyosaki, who says that not only Robert Kiyosaki but also Donald Trump are socialists, and that Joe Biden, when he came into office, the barrels of oil were selling for $30, and when Joe Biden came in, he immediately changed it to $130. Is that right?
Oh no, he explains why it happened. You want me to pull up the video because you?
No, I'm just asking you the question, dude. Why are you getting defensive? I'm asking if that's what you're saying.
I'm not getting defensive. Is what I was saying was that's not exactly everything I said. And he explains that a pipeline from Canada to Mexico was cut off. Okay,
that's correct. And what was that pipeline going to carry?
Real quick.
What was that pipeline going to carry?
I'm not the professional he is. I'm repeating.
Well, I'm not a professional either, but I know the answer to this question. Do you know what that pipeline was going to carry?
What? Something to make gas cheaper or more expensive?
No, it's tar sand oil, and that gas was going to go from Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico and then to countries. So it would not have made our gas cheaper. No.
You're smarter than Robert Kiyosaki.
If Robert Kiyosaki thinks that would have made oil cheaper, then in this case, yes, I'm smarter than him.
Do you own oil rigs?
It doesn't matter. I can read.
So you think?
And also, he doesn't own oil rigs. He invests in oil rigs. He doesn't own them.
His own.
No, he is an investor. I'm reading right now what he said about it. He's an investor, and he explains why he invests in oil rigs. He doesn't own them. He's an investor.
I love reading shit. I love listening to people talk.
Well, you should read more, because I'm just reading his, like, this is on his Facebook page. Do you think he's lying on his own Facebook page?
Listen to this.
I invest directly into oil wells. High risk, higher returns.
America's one of the most corrupt countries. I mean, look at this guy, President Biden.
What are you doing?
Biggest criminal I've ever seen.
This is his interview.
Biggest criminal he's ever seen.
Terrible man.
Listen.
Terrible man.
I know that's I'm a capitalist.
Oh,
I thought he was a. Wait a minute. He just said he was a capitalist. He's not a socialist.
Okay, not a socialist capitalist. I was wrong.
So in 2020.
So let him tell you what the fuck he is, because I can't repeat the interview word for word.
Clearly.
You need to be
My
educated.
friend here.
Well,
I don't know who this guy is. His name is Donald Trump. Of course. Very good friend of mine. We are capitalists.
capitalists.
Very good man. But the
Can you
communists.
pause it for 1 second?
No, you got to listen for
No,
a few
pause it.
minutes before you
Pause
wanna
it or I'll
finish
mute you.
for
Pause
saying
it.
that.
Pause it or I'll mute you. Pause it.
Biden did.
You know what, bro?
Okay. So now I'm going to let you finish it, but I just want to make sure that all the times you told me I was dumber than Robert Kiyosaki when I said that he wasn't a socialist and either was Donald Trump, and you kept telling me how dumb I was, and then Kiyosaki showed up and said I'm a capitalist, which is exactly what I said. Is it possible that maybe I'm a little smarter than you think I am?
I will give you credit on you being.
Thank you. Now you can play the rest of your quote.
I hope that made you feel good.
Well, it should make you realize that you say shit without knowing, and if I react to it, you just knee jerk defend it, even when you're wrong.
Real quick, I admitted I was wrong.
Well, only after he said it. Like, I don't think you're not as open minded as you pretend to be.
Dude, I still would have argued it. Okay,
You did argue it.
I said that I'm not political and I wasn't correct on everything. So go ahead. Like I said, toot your own horn. Listen to the video.
Thank you.
Not what they say, but what they do. So in 2020, January 2020 this year, Biden gets elected. He beats my friend here. I don't know if you know who this guy is. His name is Donald Trump.
The election was not in January of 2020. Robert Kiyosaki is remarkably stupid. What the fuck is he talking about? There was no election in January of 2020.
Very good man. Okay. So in January 2020, this is what Biden did for the world. I'm an oil guy also. I went to school.
Biden also wasn't president in January 2020. Dude, turn this shit off. He's too stupid. You're getting muted. No, he's too stupid. He's too stupid. Like, he doesn't even... Biden wasn't president at that time. There was no election at that time. What is he talking about? Sorry, I accidentally muted you. You're going to have to unmute.
Okay, real quick. Listen.
What's he talking about?
Okay, listen.
When did Joe Biden take office?
You tell me, bro.
Oh, my God. All right, dude. We got to go. You got to be better
You just want to
researching
kick me
this.
off because you don't want to hear the truth.
No, I just want... I
don't
want
wanna
to
hear
hear somebody who, like, is even close to facts. Like, you haven't been close on truth this entire night. Not even close one time. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Charles. Your team, Charles. That last guy was your team, Charles. That's true. Yeah, how many times did he argue that Trump was a socialist? That's a good point in the Discord there. It's not that people are wrong. People can be wrong. I don't care. But when your knee-jerk reaction is to argue everything you think just because I'm a Democrat and just because you think I'm on the other side, like, you lose all your credibility in an argument. Like, the amount of things you guys got wrong. Yeah, he's not here yet, guys. Charles is not here. Sorry. It's not that you can't hear him. He's just not talking. It was loading. But thank you all for the comments there. All right, just looking for opposition in the box real quick. Sorry, Triple D, I see ya. Shanna, see ya. I'm just looking for opposition. I should do more evenings. I can be high and the guests are a lot more fun. I don't know if that's more fun. I don't know if that last guest was more fun. The Discord in my bio is wrong. If you want to join the Discord, just shoot me. Actually, shoot Infectious Bites. He's in here. You shoot him a DM, and he'll send you the Discord link. This morning, I had a friend in from a friend I used to work with, and we were going over some training programs I used to make. So I took a day off to help a friend, and decided to show up for the evening. You'll see my face is very red We went golfing. We got after it a little bit. We partook a little bit. All right, who's here? No, one and only. No, of course I'm not bringing you back. I would rather end the live and go to sleep than do that again. You just got to have some more facts, pal. You got to. I like you. I actually think you're a nice guy. I hope you come back sometime. But next time when you come back, just have like some facts down. Would be great. I apologize for those who didn't know I was not going live this morning. I feel terrible about it. Look, I'm also ready for a Miss Julie break if Miss Julie is here. Happy to do that. I'll go over to the news. Well, let's take a guess here. Erica, I don't think we've talked before. Flag's making me feel like maybe you're not opposition, but that's all right. Hi, Erica.
I'm not opposition. I'm just here because you have Taylor on your screen.
Oh, I do have Taylor Swift on my screen.
So I just wanted to say no. I'm definitely friendly. I'm just popping in to say absolutely Taylor Swift. And
do you want to send a message to Miss Swift?
I have my MAGA flag. It's the only I have my pride flag out front, and in my back I have a MAGA Taylor Swift flag.
Wait, do you really?
Garden. It's perfect.
Do you really have a MAGA Taylor Swift flag?
I really do.
Can you see it?
It's dark right now, but if you go to my account, you can see it. And I had to put a pink one underneath it because with the T, like how often do you read a MAGA flag? And I didn't want my neighbors to think like it was actually a MAGA. I wanted it to be very clear that it was Taylor. So I put a pink one underneath.
So it's on your TikTok profile. Somebody in Discord screen grab that. I want to see it.
Anyway, it's cute. But there is
Taylor.
like a MAGA Taylor Swift.
It would be really amazing if at the end, after the election, you looked back and you could directly tie Joe Biden winning to Taylor Swift. That would actually be one of the most like historic things ever to happen in America, where just like some artist swung an election. And it could happen.
She actually talks about that in her documentary for Tennessee. I believe it was a senator. I can't remember who was running, but it was a woman who was running who was taking away like all kinds of women's rights and like stalking.
I've seen that. Her talking to her dad.
Yeah. And she was like, I need to make a stand for this. Like, I want to be on the right side. So, and I love how she, vote. Go vote.
I see your flags now. I like them. They look nice. Well done.
Have a good
Where'd
night.
you get those?
Just wanted to pop in. Hope you needed a break.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. The Taylor bump. That's right, Kaylee. The Taylor bump. These are beautiful. Allie's throwing up a L. Here we go. Thank you. Jeez. We're not gonna maybe get some opposition tonight. Trump offers short run as House Speaker. No, as a unifier. Donald Trump is claiming he will unify. Is that? Oops, I mute that. Former President Donald Trump said Thursday he would be. How about Newsmax starting to say former President Donald Trump? I think they might have got in trouble. He would be willing to become Speaker for a short period of time to serve as a party unifier. All right, cool. Can you imagine if we had to deal with Trump in the House? There's no way he'd keep any of the rules. If anybody ever tried to cut off his time, he would give himself unlimited time as Speaker. He would cut everybody off. That gavel would be a nuisance. People are saying I'm a Swiftie. I'm not listen, I don't know if I'm like a Swiftie for the music. I think she's very talented, but I do appreciate what she's doing. I think it takes a lot of courage for Taylor Swift, honestly. If you're a musician and you take a political stand, like you're opening yourself up, especially, it's not like Taylor Swift is unpopular in red states. She's very popular. RTB tagged you in her post. Oh, thank you. I'll check that out, Ben. I think it was brave. You heard her dad's concern was like, you already have a target on your back. Do you really want more of a target? And she's like, yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I have to do this. So I respect her. Too much work for Trump to be Speaker of the House. Yeah, Trump wouldn't know what to do with that amount of work. Can you imagine too? Do you ever watch those hearings? Like, you have to understand the procedure when you're the Speaker. You have to understand procedure. You have to understand decorum. There's just no way he's going to learn that. There's no way. I've never seen. They're going to have to make the rules book like a coloring book, or maybe like a connect the dots where he learns the lesson. Like, oh, you did it. You connected all the dots. You did it, Donald. I don't know how. There's no way he would do it. He'd have to have somebody in his ear the entire time. That would be chaos. It'd be funny a little bit though. Yeah, finger painting book. Yeah. What was her dad? Was her dad like a Trump person, or was he just worried about her safety? I don't know. I like that MD21. It's not necessarily that I love Taylor Swift. I don't, but I do cheer for all good women loudly. That's fair. Trump, someone in the chat said Trump wants to be speaker because he thinks he'll be able to pardon himself then. Yeah, he probably does. He thinks the speaker has pardon power. That'd be his first thing. I hereby pardon myself. And then everybody would just groan. And then you'd have like Andy Biggs and Matt Gaetz get up there and try and make some legal, and Jim Jordan, some legal argument why you can do that. Well, he once was the president, so once you have that, and then if you get any other office, then you can technically pardon yourself. And then he'd get like 10 other lawyers fired, and then there would be another thing that would come to, yeah. That'd be fun. Trump would be awesome as negotiating a speaker. All right, we'll go over to Fox. Newsmax is all in on Donald Trump being Speaker of the House. They are all in on that. That's their entire front page. Somebody just said, "Let me in the box." David, what's up, brother?
I just want to say I really enjoy that you Democrats have helped me out becoming speaker. I'm going to be supporting the blue as you support me, okay? It's going to be a great, great thing.
Hey, that's not a bad impression, honestly. That's not bad.
I'm just saying, you Democrats have elected me as speaker and helped me out, so I will support the blue.
I heard a rumor about you.
Oh, yeah?
I heard a dirty, dirty rumor. You're not going to like it, but do you want me to tell it to you?
Sure.
I heard you were fact-checking on your live. I heard you were asking for sources and you were fact-checking things. I know that's not normally something that you're a fan of, but that's the rumor I heard.
Well,
is this true?
You know, you got to get down to the bottom of this because I could have been lied to. Okay.
How's that going? How we doing on the lies? How we feeling about our guy, old Donnie?
Well, you know, Jay, I still support Trump.
Well, that's not shocking.
If you couldn't tell. Okay,
yeah, I like the oversized coat. I do like that. Yeah. But what are you thinking? How are you feeling about this court case? How are you feeling about? It seems to be slipping a little bit in the polls. How do you feel?
Slipping in the polls, Jay? You think he's slipping in the poll? Really? You think he's slipping in the?
Well, he's losing support. He's losing support inside the GOP for sure.
I mean, you can wish for it if you want to. I mean, it's not happening. He's okay. If we're losing support in the GOP, we're gaining support with the Democrats. Like I said, Democrats for Trump. I've been telling you that.
That's right. That flag exists, so it must be a real thing. Yeah.
I mean, it is a real thing, most definitely. You guys helped us elect him as Speaker. I mean, literally, you guys helped us. I've been saying this for a while.
I don't know if you know this. He's not Speaker of the House.
Oh, he's about to be Speaker of the House.
Do you think that you think he
rules are not law? Rules are not law, by the way. So.
What does that mean?
That stupid rule you guys tried to throw
Why
out.
did you say that? I don't know why you said that.
Well, you don't know about the rule, I guess. Rule 25 or whatever it is, where if you have any indictments, they usually step down. It's something they go by.
I was
usually.
just saying. I don't think he'll have the votes.
He's going to entertain this. Let's put it this way. He's going to entertain this, and he's.
But I don't think he'll have the votes, is what I'm saying. Of course, he would entertain it. If there's anything in it for him, he'll entertain it.
We got the Democrats because see they've come to our side.
That's
most
right.
Definitely.
Which Democrats are you thinking in the House are going to vote for him?
Oh, I don't know, man. I think that this is a great thing, and I think he will get the votes because it would be political suicide for them to go against him at this point.
For who to go against him? The Republicans?
Yeah, at this point it would be.
Yeah. Do you think that's a good thing, that going against a single person is in your party, just if you disagree with somebody in your party, that it's political, I don't know if we can say that word, but it's political unaliving?
Me and
you think
Donald.
that's a good thing for the country?
Hey Jay, me and Donald been having this conversation all night, and I'm his cousin, Ron. Rhymes with Con.
Ronald Con. Oof.
I'm his cousin Ron.
Yeah,
Goes with Con.
I liked the
Me and
part when
Donald
you
been
said
talking all
Con.
night.
I like the part when you said Con. No, but for real, has your outlook changed at all? Like, are you getting a little more nervous with these charges? Okay,
I'm not nervous at all.
Keep on.
I'm not nervous at all.
On. Okay, gotcha.
Dude, I'm not nervous now one bit.
Any thoughts on his lawyers not asking for a jury and then him complaining that he didn't have a jury?
I think that's some sort of sneaky little tactic that, playing incompetence or something, as a way to get a retrial or something. I don't know.
Like
I think it's.
you think he's playing like 4D chess here again?
No, I think he's just. I don't think how stupid could you be as a lawyer? Seriously.
Well, the problem is he never pays his lawyers, so good lawyers don't want to work for him.
Oh, just like he doesn't pay his debts, right? Just like he doesn't pay his debts.
Exactly the same way, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. He paid all of his debts, and that's came out in court.
Well, he has not paid all his debts.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about his contractors. I'm talking about you guys thought he was behind on mortgage debts, everything. Come to find out, that's all a big fat lie.
I didn't say I didn't think he was behind on mortgage debts. What are you talking about?
You've told me that. I've had this argument with you. I said he's got great relationships with banks, and you said no, he doesn't, because I've had this argument with you because I told you he had to get lending outside the country because they don't loan on hotels, and I told you that.
David,
and you didn't believe me. You had this argument with me before.
David, I told you that.
No, you told me that. No. Listen, what you told me. You told me you couldn't get lending.
I say this. Yeah,
no,
he had to go to.
My argument on that was that you can't like hotel lending in the United States is very hard to get. It's an industry that in the United States the banks don't like lending on hotels in the United States. Just so you know.
Wait, well, especially when you have like multiple bankruptcies, right? And when you
not necessarily.
When you have a history of lying to the banks.
He's made the banks hundreds of millions of dollars. So what are you talking about, dude? I mean, you guys don't have any validity about. But it's not valid what you guys say.
But he's also left them high and dry. That's why they won't work with him.
What bank did he leave high and dry? I haven't heard of any bank that he's left high and dry.
I can pull it up. Do you not know?
I guess
what
I'll
do you think
pull it up.
happened? What do you think? What do you think happened in Atlantic City?
Oh, that was a bankruptcy, but that wasn't. He wasn't behind on bank loans or anything.
No, he was because he took out massive loans on those.
Oh, maybe he did get now. I guess. I mean, I would say that. Well, but I don't know. I don't know how to argue that one because I've never researched that one honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what banks they are. I can't say anything. Pull it up, man. Let's find out together.
Sorry, I was going to see I was now looking.
I don't know if that's what his bankruptcy was for.
I was looking at his current one. So he has $421 million in debt right now. Is where he's at. So, but
that's debt. That's what you owe on your properties and stuff. Right. What are you talking about, dude? That's
no. I was just looking for the number total. But you understand when you file for bankruptcy, it's because you can't pay your debts, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah, but there's
and then what
there's
happens,
all kinds of different bankruptcies.
Well, but there's no bankruptcy. There's no bankruptcies where you pay all your debts. Because why would you file for bankruptcy if you're going to pay all your debts?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, so
I just don't know the everything about that in Florida those casinos, Atlantic City. I don't know much about that except for he filed.
In 2010, because he was so far behind, he had to settle with two different lenders for a total of $206 million in canceled debt. So $206 million that he owed, he had to negotiate with lenders, and that's another reason he can't get bank loans because he couldn't pay them back, and he had to negotiate a settlement with them. So what bank is now going to work with?
Yeah,
them?
I wouldn't. I mean, you guys love to spread that misinformation about that's why he can't get the loans. No, I mean, but that's not why he can't get the loans. Let's be real. That's not why he did claim bankruptcy.
Why do you think
maybe with
that bank? The loans?
Because banks want to make money.
You understand banks report to each other, right?
But he owns, how many buildings does he own? Come on, I mean, how many businesses, how many corporations? 500 different corporations, I believe, is what he owns. And so and that's not considering the hundreds of millions of dollars he makes for the banks and everything. I'm just saying that the Atlantic City, there was a lot of problems in Atlantic City, and it wasn't just Donald Trump.
Well, of course, there were a lot of problems, but he went bankrupt.
And there's tactics that they use, and there's tactics that business people use.
Then you had 2010 where he was also not paying his bills. Like, the amount of times this guy hasn't paid his bills is staggering.
No, but sometimes you like bankruptcy, for instance, you're not going to allow your whole empire to fall apart because one of your business deals is not working very well. You know, I mean, that's just a fact of it. You know,
yeah.
I mean, that's why bankruptcy's there.
Yeah, nobody's saying that, but what we're saying is he keeps filing for bankruptcy. It's a lot of bankruptcy.
He's not like a repeat offender of bankruptcy. He's done it like 4 times.
Well, David, by definition, that would be a repeat offender. Anything over
no,
one
I mean, but that's
offender.
not. That's not. There's lots of guys in business.
I think it's like 6 or 7, isn't it? How many bankruptcies has he had? Does anybody know in the chat?
I think he has 4.
I thought it was 6.
I think it's 4. It could have been 6 though. It could have been 6 because I remember doing this. Somebody else said 7. Dude.
6. It's 6.
That's
6. A lot.
But look them up. Look them up one by one. I mean, look them up one by one. This is interesting.
Let's see. Trump's companies have filed for track. Let's see if this is going to show me which ones. Taj Mahal. Default on interest payments to bondholders as is financed when it is tailspin. So Taj Mahal. Then the Plaza. 2 properties in 92. 4th property was the Plaza Hotel. 2 more bankruptcies after 92. Trump hotels and casino resorts filed for bankruptcy again in 2004. Yeah, so 6 times with hotels. Every single one of them was like, wait, this is the funny thing is too is like everybody's like, well, some of his businesses failed, but he's great at real estate. 6 times. And by the way, like he was handed basically $250,000, and he has underperformed the stock market. If he would have taken his money and put it in the stock market, it would have been better, and all these people would all the people that he left holding the bag wouldn't have been screwed over. So, are you peeing?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Are you peeing?
I wouldn't say all that. No, that's my wife upstairs, bro.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the garage.
Jeez, brother. Yeah.
I'm trying to fix my screen. It's not letting me fucking fix it.
No, sorry about that. You trying to put in a flag back there? All right, terrific. So, where are we at? We're at 7:40. Cass says the same thing. Where'd you go, dude? David. Where are you? David. Oh, David went bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. These late night streams are a little bit rough. All right, I'll go back to Fox. Jump in the box if you're opposition. Oh, David's back there. David, you're in timeout for 1 second because Miss Julie always comes first. Miss Julie. That was a chat saying golden shower. 5G got him. Hi, Miss Julie.
Surprise, Jay.
Hi, you're up late.
Well, I'm high. I am higher than a hamster's balls in the mouth of a soaring, majestic bald eagle. It's glorious.
It's glorious.
So much has gone on, Jay.
What's been going on? What did I miss?
Well, let me see if I can't figure this out in a way that's going to make any sort of sense.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Where we leave off last time? What was going on?
You had just gotten back to the house, and it was full of pigeons.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, the pigeons. Well, fortunately, I was armed. Not with the kind of firepower I'd hoped for, but
what did
remember
you have?
how my cane fell down the back of the refrigerator? And
I do remember that.
Yeah, well, my sister sent me a new one. It has 8 prongs on the bottom instead of 4. Okay. So I used that as my advanced weaponry. I was whipping that around like Kylo Ren in a battle for end time. Yeah. So Kitty and I, Miss Kitty Whispers and I did our best. We managed to vanquish 46 of the little fuckers. Now, Fortunately, a new restaurant opened up down the street, Billy Joe Jim Bob's Roadkill Cafe.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
terrific.
their
I
tagline
think I
is
saw
"You
Ron
kill it."
DeSantis do a campaign stop there.
Yeah, their motto is "You kill it, we grill it."
Woo!
So, woohoo! Took those 46 pigeons down there and made me a killing. Made me a killing.
How'd they cook it?
I'm just high and fat on Newports and gummies.
Good for you. Good for you. You deserve every second of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what can we
Found my
do?
teeth.
What can we do to help, Miss Julie?
Well, I did find my teeth, RTP.
Oh, thank God. Where were
I
they?
don't know how they wound up in the commode. I imagine it was an angry pigeon. Those little fuckers don't play.
They don't. They
So
certainly don't play. Yeah.
I ain't got much else.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm just
gotta
happy
tell
that
you though,
Yeah.
Jay, they got my face and
Oh,
my
no.
arms. It was pretty
No.
bad. I looked like
you
I was
pecked up?
attacked with a meat mallet. The side with the pokey pieces on it, not the flattening side. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's not good. I may have to stay indoors for a while.
Do you have some Neosporin you can throw on there? Or some
It's
hydrogen
gonna take
peroxide?
more than Neosporin. I don't know. I need something kind of moist, gooey almost.
I hate you.
I don't know what that could be.
Yeah, I don't know either. Thank you, Miss
Yeah,
Julie. I don't know either.
something protective. I don't want to get an infection in this pretty face.
Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend Neosporin. That's what I would recommend, or some hydrogen peroxide.
Okay, well, I will be on the lookout. I appreciate all those helpful healthcare tips, Jay.
You're
I
welcome.
know you're always looking out for my best interest.
That's correct.
Now, hopefully, they'll come fix my window tomorrow because those boards are making me kind of nervous. It reminds me of growing up when my mom would send me down to the basement and latch the door and I couldn't get out. All the banging in the world didn't matter. Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry.
The trauma,
I'm sorry
the
that you're
trauma.
having these flashbacks. This is terrible.
Oh, well, I better eat another gummy. It'll get better.
Take
So,
two. Take two.
all right. Well,
All right, Miss Julie, I
I'm
love
sorry
you.
I didn't have much tonight and there wasn't much humor to it, but I just wanted to let you know I was okay.
Every moment spent with you is a treasure, Miss Julie. I love you with my whole heart.
Oh, I love you too, darling Jay.
Thank you.
Take care, my sweet boy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Miss Julie, everyone. She's doing great. It looks like the pigeon bites are healing up. This is terrific. This is terrific. I'm glad to hear it. All right, Planet Crusher. Somebody, I don't know why you're crushing planets. I don't know what your deal is, but leave them alone, man. They're just hanging out. Hello, Planet Crusher. Hello. Goodbye. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I apologize, Planet Crusher, if you didn't like that. Amykins. Amy? Kins?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
This is my first time going live, so I need you to be gentle with me.
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to discuss?
I just want to know how Julie got off the fridge. The last I heard, she was still stuck to her refrigerator.
Well, she had to call the authorities. It was quite a process. It sounds like now I can't remember if it was a crane or a helicopter that came through. They had to bust through the window because the door was locked, and obviously she couldn't unlock the door. But I think that I don't know. I think she's in the Discord. Julie, was it crowbars? I don't remember how she got off. I can't remember.
That storyline has been like the peak of my day. Hearing about
tough.
the updates.
It's been tough. Yeah.
My other question, though, RTP. That's Rip the Pines, right?
It was riding the pine.
What does that mean?
It's so that the first guess was right. I used to make like sports betting picks. That's kind of how this started. And riding the pine is like
when I first started following you, you were RTP bets.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
different account.
Riding the somebody rip the pines. I love it. Riding the pine is like being like a bench warmer. So it was kind of like I didn't want people to take it too seriously. It was a little bit self-deprecating. So it was like I was like a bench warmer. So if you don't play the the benches in like a basketball game used to be like pine benches, so you'd be riding the
Okay.
pine. That was the idea behind it. Yeah.
I'm not real sports inclined, so
I
thank you
hear
for
you.
explaining that.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
And then my last thing, I just kind of wanted to pick your brain on. Have you heard about like testing for brain age?
No, I know nothing about that.
So I'm a psych major, and I'm taking a psychology of aging class this semester. And like one of the major things we talk about is like how do you measure age beyond just chronologically?
Okay.
And there's been a handful of studies that have shown that people will have like biological ages that are different from their chronological age. So there will
Interesting.
be people who are like physically and mentally aging a lot quicker than other people their same age. And then we have what they call super agers, which is people who are like biologically younger than their chronological age.
Is this Benjamin Button? Is that what this? It's like
Uh,
reverse Benjamin Button.
I guess that's one way to think of it.
I'm
But
looking
I'm
this
just
up.
interested.
They're saying like you're using MRIs. The
Yeah,
MRIs.
fMRIs.
So
Yeah.
what would the MRI show differently in like that would show that the brain age is older?
So what I've gathered is that they take like a whole bunch of like fMRIs of people who are aging in a healthy way, and then they like combine all of this data to figure out basically like a general like basis of healthy aging.
Okay.
I'm probably not explaining that very well, but I can
I probably
also
don't get it. Yeah. I'm probably
well,
just dumb.
I can also link like the studies that we've been assigned to read and stuff in the Discord if
Yeah,
you want to check them
please.
out later.
Yeah, I'm looking
Um,
at it from some study. I don't know where this study was from. Um,
yeah, my aging psych teacher, he assigns us a like journal to read before every class.
so what are they drawing from that? Like if you have an older brain, like what can you learn from that?
Well, so we know for one that people who are like older mentally, they have a harder time like thinking forward to the like consequences of different outcomes, which my whole point in this is I think it would be really interesting if we could like mandate a certain brain age for people to have like positions,
Oh, of course they
right?
took this. Yeah, of course they did it that way. That'd be crazy. You can't do that. That'd
It would
be.
be interesting. And I definitely don't think the technology is there just yet, but it's
Yeah,
just crazy that we have
link those
like
studies.
an
I'd love
age
to
of
read them.
entry. Yeah. I'll I'll try to find a way to like link all of them in the Discord. I don't know. I'm not that technically savvy, but I am in the Discord.
You
So I
copy,
got
you
that much.
copy, and then paste. That's how I do
Well,
it.
but they're PDFs that are posted to my like
Oh, okay.
college webs. Yeah, so I think if you're not logged in, you gotta have permission or whatever. I can figure it out though.
I'll put it in. I'll put what I'm reading right now is on nature.com in there, and maybe you can just look and see if that's what you were talking about. I just posted it, so let me know if that was the right thing because they have the studies linked in there, so it may be right.
Oh, there's just so many studies that he keeps assigning. Like so much reading for this goddamn class.
That's wild. Yeah, I need to learn. I'm anxious to learn more about that. That would be interesting.
Well, hey, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, Andy. Welcome for your first
I
time. You did great.
yeah, thank you. You were very gentle with me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
I live in Hawaii, so usually you're on like right when I'm waking up, and I start my days listening to some RTP, some solid fucking dude. I love
sorry.
listening to you talk to those potatoes.
Thank you. That's very
No,
kind.
thank
What island are
you.
you on?
Big Island.
Big Island. What city?
Yeah. Hilo side. Pahoa technically,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I know.
almost
I
went
know
to
you
I
said
almost
that
went to
you.
school in Hilo. I was going to transfer to Hawaii Hilo, and then I
Oh,
saw
we
how
gone
much
to
it
the same college.
then I saw how much it rained, and I was like, pass.
Oh no, I love the rain.
I don't like rain.
If you'd gone on Kona side, it would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, I
Kona
was going to be
side's
at
like,
Hilo.
yeah, sorry.
That's
Sorry
all right.
we're too wet for you.
Thanks. Thank you. Now the Discord's going to blow up. I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, you did
Well,
great on your first time. You brought up some interesting stuff. You killed it. 10 out of 10.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to leave on my own. Ooh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
You have
Amy.
a great day.
Yeah, enjoy Hawaii. We're just out here in the oven, dying. All right. Oh, no. All right. What's up,
You got
Snuggles?
us taped? Are you taping us right now? Because I'm a champion. We're 1-1, and we're ready for 1 out of 3. All right, let's do this.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I do want to ask you about. That video you posted, the one that you
Isn't
just
it
like
awesome?
you replayed my video. Yeah. Do you remember which one I'm talking about? Did you think that was a good interaction for you?
I thought it was a great interaction. It did great that people are against you right now, but we're good friends and everything.
I wouldn't say we're good friends. I probably wouldn't go that far.
You know, RTP, I love you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I was just surprised when I saw that you posted something. I'm like, oh, he's gonna pick like something I stumbled over. But like that was a good moment for me. I took your burn and flipped it on you so well and so quickly.
Right.
And so it was weird that you thought that was a win.
So I did a cut in there, and I really made you look stupid at the end when I did your bit.
I gotta be honest, I didn't make it till the end.
Please watch my video, everybody.
I can't watch your face for quite that long. I didn't make it to the end. Do you want to tell me what you said at the end?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. But Amy, because Amy was talking about your brain right now. She said it was small. What was happening?
Old. She said it was old.
Old, yeah.
I have an old brain, so this should be easy for
you. So Trump is winning. How are we doing there?
I don't know if you know this, but we haven't started the election yet, and he lost the last time he had an election. So I would say that he has the potential to maybe win.
I mean, 8 years of you guys talking, and you guys have gone absolutely nowhere. Besides Trump's running, and he's winning.
We did beat him in 2020. In all fairness,
I mean,
I don't know if you know this.
Biden has an
Since January of 2021, Trump has not been the president.
It's kind of like watching the WWE when a champion wins a belt, right? And then he loses the belt the next day. I mean, he's got an asterisk
I've
next to his
never
name.
watched WWE in my life, but what you explained is what happened to Trump. He won the first election and then he lost the next one. So it sounds like the very next time he could run for election, he lost. So that's what it sounds like you're discussing.
But you guys, I just want you to explain something to me. You guys have been doing a lot of talking, but you haven't gone anywhere. Trump is running for president, and he's going to win.
Well, you don't know that he's going to win, but he is running for president.
I know, but we got a year left, and you guys have been playing too many games in court. Got these little speeding tickets. And what's happening here? I'm winning.
What do you mean
Snuggles
what's happening?
is going to win.
Snuggles, the thing about you is if we're being 100% honest, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what like your actual beliefs are. And you and Jeff are both doing this thing right now where you're going around like saying that you're winning. Are you just like co-opting Donald
Jeff and I
Trump's
are
shtick?
Tango. Jeff and I are Tango and Cash. Did you ever watch that movie? You might be too young for that.
I did not see Tango and Cash. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really great movie. You got to watch it though.
I would say if I was comparing, it's more like Beavis and Butthead to me. See what I just did there? Do you see what I did? I do this every time. You set me up, and I fucking knock it out of the park every time.
But it didn't work quite that well.
Every time I just knock it out of the park.
Because you can knock it out of the park, but I'm still winning.
That was more like a double.
I'm just wondering.
I'm going to be honest. That was more like a double.
Thank you for the gifts. I mean, I'm right at 1.3. I don't know how many gifts you got right now, but I am a champion right now.
That's awesome, dude. It's nice of you to bring your friends in here and get gifts. That's cool.
Is there any questions you have for me? Anything intellectual that we can talk about besides Trump's winning?
Can we be honest about can we have an honest?
What about Speaker of the House?
Can we have like an honest intellectual conversation here?
Yes.
I don't think you do that. I don't think that you're capable of having a conversation where we talk about details. Which is because every time I bring up details, you just like start saying you're stupid. We're winning. Trump 2024.
No, actually, no. I mean, that's the truth. But what about Speaker of the House? Trump. Is he going to be Speaker of the House, you think?
I don't know. I would not put anything by this Republican Party. Like, not one thing by.
I think we should do it just to make you crazy.
It's Havoc that's giving you. It's Jeff that's giving you the gifts. You guys literally came here together and you're gifting each other. Oh my God! This is embarrassing for you guys, right? It's got to be a little bit embarrassing.
We just love you.
It's got to be a little bit embarrassing, right?
I'm a fan, to be honest. I'm a fan. I love your work.
I appreciate.
No, seriously.
I appreciate.
Seriously.
Thank you.
What the heck?
What is that? It's a dinosaur.
That's for you. That's for you.
Yeah. Is that why yours didn't go up?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So, are you going to get me this time? I'm recording this. I want to make sure I can get a good,
I don't know what you would want to talk about. Do I think he could be Speaker of the House? Maybe. I would not put anything by the Republican. My question is, why would you do that? Like, why would you want Donald Trump to be Speaker of the House?
Oh my God! First off, then bye-bye Biden, bye-bye Kamala, and then he's president. Bye-bye Justice Department, bye-bye CIA, FBI, clean house.
Wait, how? Wait, what do you think the Speaker of the House? What do you think the
Speaker
powers
House
of
becomes
the Speaker
president.
of the House are?
If we lose the president and vice president on the 25th Amendment, we're certainly going to have President Trump be a little bit.
You think that they would get rid of? Wait, you think that both Biden and Kamala are going to be taken down by the 25th Amendment?
Yeah, absolutely. Immediately.
What's the argument there?
Well, Kamala helped bail people out on the BLM protests. You know that. You guys kind of skipped over that. You know. And
do you know what the 25th Amendment is, though?
Yeah.
What is it? Like you can simplify it if you'd like.
Right. Well, you know how it is. You know. Why would I say the 25th Amendment if you don't even know what it is? Why are you asking me these questions?
I know what the 25th Amendment is. I'm
right.
That's
why I'm saying, why would I mention
the
25th Amendment? Because why would I mention the 25th Amendment? Let me ask you that.
Because you think
you
Biden
know what the 25th Amendment is?
You probably think Biden is mentally unfit.
I'd
imagine. Okay.
He can't even walk across the stage.
So then I would say,
he's got note cards.
I don't know if you know this, but walking is not something that is required of a president, just so you know.
I don't see you looking ahead. Are you reading off note cards too? You look like Biden.
Historically, there have been presidents who couldn't walk. But my question is even if you could get that on Biden, why would it then apply to Kamala?
Right. You have no eye contact. Are you reading off your note cards like Biden?
No, I don't look at the screen because I get distracted by the notes, so I always look to the side. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like, yeah.
I have ADHD, so you'll notice I never look at the up here unless I look at the top. Yeah.
Right. I see. Well, actually, I think that when Trump comes in as Speaker, he's going to clean the whole house up. I mean.
Okay, but again, so how would you apply the 25th Amendment to Kamala?
You think she's there? She drinks too much wine. Have you heard her speak?
How would you apply it is what I'm asking. I'm not asking you to tell me about some things that you heard. I'm just asking, like, how do you think you could convince people to use the 25th Amendment against Kamala?
Well, it's very easy. She did not go down to the border and fix things.
That would not. Okay, but that wouldn't really qualify under the 25th Amendment.
Why not? She was supposed to be the border czar, and she didn't.
Yeah, but the 25th Amendment is about like disability, right?
Right. They both let people in illegally.
Yeah, but that wouldn't apply to the 25th Amendment.
Absolutely, it would.
What can you explain how that would apply?
You tell me.
I'm not making a claim.
Every time I come in here, I have to explain to you what the 25th Amendment.
Yeah, you have to explain the things that you say. Yeah, I know that's frustrating for you.
Maybe I think it's you that don't know what the 25th Amendment.
How would you apply the 25th Amendment to Kamala? Because it's about if the president is incapacitated, right? If they're not actually capable of fulfilling their duties because they don't have the mental acuity to do so. So how would you apply that to Kamala?
Absolutely. I think she cannot run a country. I think she has a mental problem too. She can't speak sentences that are very intellectual, and she doesn't. She doesn't even do her. She didn't even do her job. She's like, I don't know if she's has the same medicine as Biden.
Just no. You don't know. See, this is the thing. Like, I do know. I honest to God cannot figure out if you and I honest to God can't figure out if you and Jeff are real. Like if this is for real or if this is just an act. I'm actually real.
Why would I come to your
I know you're a real
show?
person, but it seems like an act because like this, you know that this is silly.
It's not an act. You just feel bad because you're losing.
Yeah, but also
Trump will be president.
It's both. You're wiping the floor with me, but also it seems like an act.
Well, what are you going to do when Trump's president? Are you going to come to my show and apologize for being mean to me?
You have a show?
I have a huge show. Probably have about 4,000 people at my show.
Okay, cool. I've never seen. I honestly didn't. What do you mean your show?
Like you have like
you have like a live show?
Oh yes, every morning.
Where?
Following Zeus. About 8:30 Central Time.
No, where?
At my show, Snuggles.
Oh, like on TikTok? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, here on TikTok.
Oh, well, I haven't really necessarily made a prediction, but sure, if Donald Trump wins, I'd be happy to come on and talk about it with you.
Yeah, I got like 30,000, 36,000 likes. You know, I'm very, very. My videos are very
See,
true.
this is why I think
You should
this is why
please
I'm
come
like,
watch
this
my
is an
videos.
act. This is why I think this is an act, because like you're literally
It
talking
is not
about
an
the
act.
numbers that aren't like terribly impressive, by the way. But that's not the point.
Well, that's
You're
because
here
I've been
talking.
banned and suspended, but I've had it. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
have
know,
1
I
million
know. I've already
followers,
picked.
and
I know because people pick on
yeah,
Republicans.
they
So that's
do
probably
very
what happened.
badly.
Yeah.
It's hard for me, you know, to
But
get
this is the
people
thing.
back.
Like you don't ever say anything. It's weird. So
You
that's
know
why
what?
I think it's an act, because like you don't ever
Well,
make any real arguments, or like you just come
I
on and
actually
like
don't have to say anything. It's
troll.
up to the Democrats under a burden of proof to see if they can get where they need to go, but they haven't. We are still ahead. We're still winning. And you guys still have all these stories that are not working in the court systems.
Sure.
Yeah, the court's breaking down. You know, Trump's winning. These court cases are going nowhere.
Now the court is breaking down.
No, I'm talking about the cases.
Like the actual
Trump's
courthouse.
cases.
Well,
No, I'm talking about the cases.
Which case
are
is breaking down?
down.
Do you think
Each of them are breaking down?
Could you
terribly.
tell me just specifically one way that one case is breaking down?
You're not even seeing it. We got 80% of the lawsuit case right there.
You understand
Trump's
that that's
actually
not
going to get.
Trump's
going to get that case dismissed. By the way.
Wait, hold on,
End of week.
Snuggles.
You want to make a bet?
No, Snuggles. I need you to. Can you let me talk for a second without interrupting?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So do
Please
you
tape
know?
this.
Okay. So the 80% thing that was thrown out.
Yeah.
It wasn't thrown out. It didn't get thrown out.
You know what?
The judge said, "Hey, just so you know, you have to link these dates together, or I have to throw it out." That's what happened.
Did you listen today though? Did you follow today's courts?
I have not watched it yet today. Did they rule that 80% could be thrown out?
Maybe you better. Why ask me? You should before you start the lecture.
Because you're right here. I've been busy all day. Can you?
Yeah, but
I'm asking you because I haven't had a chance.
But before you lecture me, you should find out first what happened today.
Okay, well,
and
then
it was
you
a
can
win
just
for
correct
Trump.
me right now. What happened today?
Absolutely. I don't want to.
You don't want to
correct
me
because I don't want to embarrass you right now because I'm winning.
It's not going to, dude. I don't care if I'm ever wrong.
But anyway,
it doesn't
that
bother
case
me.
is breaking
Wait,
down.
how did the 80% get thrown out?
Watch.
How did the 80% get thrown out?
Trump, no, actually, the judge agreed with Trump.
How did it get thrown out? What happened?
Okay.
Tell me what happened.
You need to watch it.
No, I'm asking you, you potato. You're right here. You clearly know, right?
I'm not a potato.
Well,
I'm
it
a
seems
potato.
like it.
And you're a tomato. And
You are
I'm a
not
tomato.
that cultured. You are a potato.
And anyway, so that case is a win for us.
Wait, I'm looking.
Then,
No, nobody's saying that 80% got thrown out today. I'm not seeing any of this.
I'm going down the list.
So what happened? So how did the 80% get thrown out?
The judge agreed with Trump
today.
today.
So what was the 80%? Just explain what the 80% was.
No, the judge
just explain
agreed with the
when Trump was talking about the 80% of the case being thrown out. What was he talking about?
Agreed with the statutes
so when Trump was saying
today.
80% got thrown out, what was he talking about?
He was talking about the statutes of limitations.
Okay, so what was the 80%? How was he getting that number?
That was 80%. That was 80% of the case was the statutes of limitations. He got it. He got it today.
And the judge said what?
He got it today.
I'm not seeing that he got it today. What happened today?
Why? See, now you're Googling things. You should know this stuff.
I Google things all the time.
You were joking with me about Googling with things. Watch, he's got to Google things. Why are you Googling things?
I Google things all the time. It's what I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have won this one today.
Dude, okay. So are you just not going to answer this? Is that what's happening?
What about the Fannie Willis?
Wait. What did the judge say today?
The judge says, I agree with you, Donald Trump, on the statutes of limitations, and we're going to be dumping this case.
You're so stupid. Get out of here. It's such an act. It's such an act. Just answer one question one time. The judge said, 80% of the case I'm throwing out. We're going to dump this. Yeah, that's for sure what the judge said today. For sure. I can't find anything about that. I've been away. I did not watch anything in the case today. So if that happened, it happened. But I don't even see Trump claiming that. I don't. I honestly, somebody, if there's a link, anybody? Let's go with, by the way, if you're in the box, please. I know I'm too nice on this, and I don't want to start being mean. If you're in the box and you're not opposition, oh, my light went out. If you're in the box and you're not opposition, please just drop. That'd be terrific. I need 5, 4. I need a drink anyways. I should not have herbalized. All right. Amberlynn.
Position. Oh, my light went out. If you're in the box and
Oh, I got an echo there. Amberlynn. It's dark in here. It's getting romantic now. Kathy. Oh, did Kathy leave too? Now we're at Z-Pack. It's like C-Pack. I hate you, Allie.
Well, we're doing so great. Thank you so much. It's so strong, okay? We're winning bigly, and we're doing great things. It's so true. It's so true.
Hello, Mr.
RTP.
Trump. How are you?
Oh, we're doing well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good.
I'm fresh. They say I'm fresh out of jail. California dreaming.
How'd your court case go today? What do you have new to tell us today?
Well, the thing is, what they said, Snuggles is correct.
Donald Trump comes out quoting Tupac. I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
And we did so well in court. Snuggles, he was right. We got dismissed. They said class dismissed. That's what they said. And we're just doing so good. And if you look at the people, if you look at the judges, they're judging us so well. And our attorneys, well, they're not filing paperwork, but that's okay. That's okay. They missed out. They said there was a jury. They said there was supposed to be a jury, and there
what do
was
you
no
think
jury.
about that? It sounds like did they miss checking a box, or did you guys talk about this before?
Well, they were very concerned with checking the sexual orientation. They were very upset because it said not specified, and they said that's ridiculous. They said we are male and female, and they forgot to check the jury box.
Well, while you were here, do you want to clear up how you prefer to identify?
Well, I don't know. I identify. I have to be careful because we love Kris Jenner. Okay.
Yeah.
We love him, and
Kris or Caitlyn?
Well, we call him Kris. We call him Kris Jenner because he is.
I think you might be thinking of Bruce Jenner. It was Bruce Jenner. Yeah.
Yes,
she went
correct.
by Bruce for many years. Kris.
So true.
Kris was Bruce's wife, and now Caitlyn's ex-wife. I think.
That's
I don't
true.
know how that works. I don't know how the transitive properties necessarily work.
Close enough. They say close enough. They say it was as close as I got to winning the presidency, and actually we did win. And actually we did. We did.
In 2016. I remember that.
And we won in 2020 against Barack Obama. And if you look at Jeb Bush, he invaded Iraq. What a dog. What a terrible dog, that guy. What an unbelievable person. Could you believe that he did that? Jeb Bush was
a terrible president. One of the worst.
He was the worst president.
He was one of the worst.
So terrible. And we're running against Obama again. Can you believe they're letting him run again? What's wrong with this country?
I don't know, but I'm worried that if we don't get things together, we might be on the verge of World War II.
Yes, we are definitely approaching World War II. And the Russians, they helped us out in World War I. They got it done at the end. They did the job.
Yeah, I do have a question. You mentioned something about wells earlier this week and windmills. Did you want to clear up any of that? I was a little confused when you brought up the wells because it seems that none of the statistics back that up. It seems that nobody knows what you're talking about. Would you like to clarify that?
Well, we love the whales, and we save them free willy. And the windmills, if you look at them, they're causing cancer, and they're killing the whales at the same time.
Mr. Trump, you may lose your account soon. I want to make sure that I don't endorse any of this. If you're listening, I don't endorse any of this. But
yes, this is very dangerous. They're looking at the windmills, and they're saying that
are they looking at them strongly?
Strongly, very strongly. So strongly, and actually they've discovered that the whales are sliced and they are now being put on sandwiches. They're calling them a whale of cod fish sandwich.
Some are accusing you of only doing this to appeal to marine life voters. What do you have to say about that?
Well, Donald Jr. is crying right now, so we have to take him back to daycare, and we're gonna let you get on with your show. We've got,
Yes, sir.
Don Jr. He hasn't had his they call it party favors in a while. He's a little grumpy. Okay.
Yeah, get that man some snow. Okay. Be well, Mr. Trump. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. I apologize earlier. I did dead name Caitlyn Jenner. I apologize for that. I'm still like kind of new to this, and I do oftentimes misspeak, but I want to apologize. I should not have done that. So I apologize. Politics, Please Save Me is out. Bye. I love you. Stay cute and cool. Have a great summer. Box is open. Box is open. It was a good Trump. That's probably one of the best ones that I've ever heard. He said big, yeah. He came in hard on that one. Oh God, now we can't. Triplet Dad, not Triple T Dad. Hey, all right. It's always 50-50 who I'm about to get here. Welcome.
I was just gonna say, I know you're looking for opposition. I wanted to say, I literally was on a live earlier today with about 600 people, and I got my first domestic threat from a Trump cult supporter, threatening to blow my brains out and stuff like that. And I made a fun video about
for
that.
Educational purposes only.
Yeah,
I did not
educational
endorse
purposes. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
So,
I'm just making sure you get in trouble and not me.
Well, I've never gotten one before, and I called the police. Yeah,
kind of a
anyways.
So you called them. Wait, did they do anything?
Well, he said I have a better chance because, honestly, truthfully, since he told me. Do you know how many of these Trump threats that we get a day? And this is Hilton Head Police or Beaufort County, South Carolina Police. Do you know how many threats we get a day from online threats from Trump supporters? He told me that. He's like, literally, he didn't say how many. He just said there was a ton. He said there's a lot. And he said there's really nothing they can do about it because they just get too many of them. They more or less said that the best thing I could do was go to the FBI, do the FBI tip line. So that's what I did. But I'm literally sitting here on this live, and then they're not even hiding the fact anymore that they're trying to overthrow. They're supporting autocracies. They're supporting fascism. They don't care. They don't care about our free and fair elections. They don't care about our Constitution. They don't care about democracy. They don't. And they're literally advocating for the overthrowing of this government, the U.S. government. These people do not care. And I'm sitting here just in disbelief that these people are openly admitting that they want to overthrow the government and basically create more or less a fascist state. And these people are insane. These people are traitors, and I'm tired of it. I really am. I literally cannot believe that they're openly talking about this on a live. And sorry, I'm usually in a fun spirit.
No,
I usually am.
No, you're fine, dude. We all get sick of it. You're good. That's fine.
After that threat, and then I did make a funny video on the threat. So if you want to go out and check out my video, I promise you'll get a good laugh. RTP. I did tag you in on it. So
yeah, send it to me.
I did. So have a good night. All right.
All right, man. Be good. See ya. Triplet Dad. It's dark in here. It's like really after dark. I don't have a light behind me. I just have this little one, and it went out. So shameless plug. That's right. Kathy, welcome back. I don't know if it's going to work this time. Hopefully. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So you are popping my cherry right now. My first live.
Terrific.
Woo!
What's up? What do you want to talk about?
Well, God bless you. You talk to these, fucking idiots. I don't understand how you do it day after day. They're do they not see that they're voting against their own interests?
Probably not.
I don't.
I'm going to guess no on that.
But how? How do they not understand this?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
There are people saying that JFK Jr. is going to come back and be Trump's VP, and that JFK and Trump are descendants of Christ. I mean, fucking Christ. What? How are we ever going to get these people back under the rocks from whence they came?
I think thoughts and prayers. I think that's the only thing we can do at this point. Is thoughts and prayers. I don't know what else to do.
Oh fuck,
I'm at
we're
a loss.
fucked.
I'm gonna keep yelling at them. You guys do thoughts and prayers. I don't know. I'll just keep yelling at them.
Thank you, because I need you to yell at them for me.
Okay, well, let's see. Do I have
So,
anybody to yell at in the box? Pedro might be out. You want me to check and see if I can yell at Pedro?
hey, that would be amazing. Pedro,
All right.
I hope you're not a friggin' idiot, but get ready to
I hope
get
so, too.
plowed if you are.
Good Lord. Well, thank you. Congratulations on your first live. You did great.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Pedro. That was a vote for Pedro there. Welcome, Pedro.
Oh, man, welcome. Thank you so much, man. Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'm doing well, and if I could speak for the Discord, they seem to be degenerates, so probably going to hell.
That's awesome. Is there any specific topic you wanted to talk about, or just a question behind you?
Yeah, well, you can talk about anything you want to.
Cool. All right, well, I'll give my perspective. Cuban American, living in South Florida. Like, Florida's changing really, really fast, and I don't like the direction that it's going in.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It feels like shit's kind of falling apart, right? If it's,
I'd imagine living in Florida, that's exactly what it feels like all the time.
The thing is, like when, like in the movies when like the building's on fire, like people see that there's fire, and then everybody starts to, notice that there's danger and they leave, right? Like, that people could acknowledge that there's a problem. In Florida, it's not really happening. Like, people don't.
They're just walking into the fire.
They just don't believe what's going on. Like when.
Well, what do you think? What do you mean? What are you talking about specifically?
Like January 6th, that wasn't Trump supporters. It was Antifa and BLM. So when you're talking to these folks, like, hey, look, when it boils down to the nitty gritty, Antifa and BLM, like they may like break stuff and may burn stuff, not all of them, but what you see on TV, but they've never tried to overtake the government, right? Like that. Can we make that clear distinction? And a lot of folks down here don't believe that actually either didn't happen, that it was a lie, or that it was Antifa and BLM members, which is ridiculous, right? So you can't talk facts, right? Like data, numbers, stats, science, it doesn't matter. So you waste your time talking to individuals, right? So you've got folks that got to this country a couple years ago. They work in a union, yet they're voting for a party that wants to erode union protections. So it's just weird. So Florida's just like a really weird place.
Yeah, what is the? I mean, I know that there was there's a lot of support, specifically from Cuban Americans for like the MAGA movement. Do you have a sense of like where that support is coming from?
Oh man,
or like why?
Yeah. Okay, so
is it because of Jorge Masvidal?
No.
Does that help a lot?
No, not really, man. Like you're pretty insignificant when it comes to like the rationale of most people. So like the generation for like my parents, right? Essentially, the majority of the voting bloc, when they fled Cuba due to Castro and the revolution, there was the Bay of Pigs, right? And then Kennedy never sent the air support, so Cubans at that time saw that as a betrayal, okay? And they immediately were like, oh, JFK is terrible and the Democrats are horrible. And then they saw Jimmy Carter as being soft against the Soviet bloc. And then they saw Reagan as being like this, this hero that's anti-communist, and he's telling, Gorbachev, tear down this wall. So, when you don't have democracy, you don't know what it is, right? Like you only know what democracy is when you lose it sometimes. But
sure,
a lot of these folks they didn't know that, right? So they just saw the Republicans as being strong and the Democrats as being weak. And then it gets a little weird because a lot of Cubans, like, they're white, right? Like their skin is white, but they identify as being white, right? Like not as being a minority or Hispanic.
Okay.
So they believe that if they vote with the GOP, that they would be considered as being white. Right, so you even have Afro-Cubans that vote GOP, and they're like, no, I'm not black. I'm Cuban. It's different. So it's just like really weird, like the a regular like a American prototypical political theory doesn't really count in Miami. It's all like in the gut. So you got folks that, like I said, just got here and they're demonizing Biden, right? They're like, oh, because everything is terrible and look what they did to Cuba. So it's like really really weird. So which is why like the older generation like vote Republican, and then the newer generation they vote Republican because they see as Obama as an existential threat, and the Democrats are now evil. So the jargon has changed, right? It's no longer about politics and being strong against communists, because Trump, was pretty much kissing Vladimir Putin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's no longer about being strong against communism. And there's this one fatal flaw, like Achilles, right? He had his heel with the Cubans and the Venezuelans. They have that generational pain of what happened to their country. So the politicians, the only thing they need to do is tell them, you don't want to happen in the U.S. what happened in Cuba and Venezuela, right? Well, that's what the Democrats want, and we're
So
going to
it's kind of like
protect
that.
you.
So they just position the Democrats as communists or socialists and say like
100%.
that's what crashed Cuba. So vote
Exactly,
Republican.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then unfortunately, a lot of the people down here they fall for that low hanging fruit, and it's always the Fox talking points. But then again, we're a victim of just our location, right? Like Miami's closer to Havana than it is to Atlanta, so it's not like in DC where you've got Virginia, North Carolina, New York, Philadelphia. You have all these different newspapers and frame of thought that you actually engage in opinion, based conversation, and somebody will tell you, no, I think that water quality is important because of XYZ, or like air pollution or climate change. People down here don't believe in climate change. I hate to generalize, but it's kind of like
That's a hell of an opinion to have when you keep getting like just bashed by strong hurricane after strong. Like every hurricane that's coming, like they're stronger than they used to be. Like it's a crazy
yeah.
opinion to have living in Florida.
Yeah, and it's just really just not based on science. And it's always like, oh, but the climate has always changed. It always goes in cycles. It's like you can't talk. Have you ever tried to like give like your dog instructions, right? And it's just looking at you like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. That's
Yeah,
what it
that's
feels
kind of how
like
I feel when I
sometimes.
talk to Trump supporters on this
Yeah, well,
stream every single
there
day.
we
Yeah, it's very
go.
similar. Except for my
Like,
dogs listen better than
oh
like
yeah, yeah,
Snuggles.
yeah.
My dogs are better than Snuggles.
So it's like really really frustrating, and sometimes I guess like in all the battles, the losing side at one point recognizes that it's losing, right? And like there's no hope, and they retreat or they have to regroup. That's kind of like where we are in Florida and in South Florida right now. Like the older generation, they will never vote for Democrats, right? And Democrats and independents have only one hope to swing the state, and that is to outpace Republicans with their voter registration for young folks. On that block of 17 through 21, that could be the Goldilocks zone. So, and then it's just weird, like because a lot of folks of Latino and Hispanic descent here in South Florida, specifically for Cubans, they don't believe that the Republican Party is like fascist. And when
Of
you
course
try to
not.
make yeah, no, it's crazy. And then you know what? And I tell this to my friends all the time. I could forgive somebody in the heartland who's had their farm for 6, 7 generations, right? That may be losing the farm, the plant closed down, like there's a lot of pain in those communities, hit heavy, like what with opioids, and it feels like the towns that the US forgot about, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
there's that pain. I could understand why some folks like that, that it's a real thing that they're going through, that they look at somebody like a Trump, and they idolize him, like, oh, finally somebody's gonna take care of me and my needs. Like, we're not forgotten. Like, I don't agree with that politics, but I could forgive the fact that they made that mistake, right? Like, it's their right to vote for whoever they want, but I could understand that. What I don't understand is for people that fled communism, the tactics, right, that Fidel used, right? Like, it, bro. Like, they promise you the world, they steal everything from right under you, and the more they hurt you, the more you love them. The more they forget about you, you turn them into a martyr, and build a platform and a legacy for those folks. And the same thing is happening with Trump, and they were completely blind to it. So the same people that put Fidel into power, right, are now the same people that gave Florida to Trump, and it's heartbreaking for my community. And no matter, the more educated you are, the more leftist you are. When I went to go study, I did my undergrad and grad work in up north, and when I came back, oh, you're a socialist, and it's like, why? Because universal health care would be good, and you can come with you can come with great arguments. It's like, listen, we're not changing here the spectrum, right? If you want to drive a car in the United States of America, like, I don't care who you are, you need to have insurance. You need to have car insurance, the very basic minimum. Same thing happens with the ACA. If you're going to live here, you need to have basic coverage. It makes total sense. But facts don't matter. And
that seems to be the case. Yeah, I
it's
agree,
wild. So I'm sure you're super frustrated.
Well, you got shit to do, man. You got to get some people registered down there in Florida. You got shit to do.
Yeah, man, we're working.
Don't let us down.
No, at all, man.
We're counting on you.
We just and you know, it's easier than you think, right? All we really need, I know I say it all, but I reached out to the Podesta group when Hillary was running, and quite frankly, in the last election, the Democrats didn't invest a lot in Miami because it was a losing proposition. It's a bad bet, right? They were too far gone. They need to do more concerts, you know, like Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Beyonce, like any artist that really believes in the values of
Kid
the
Rock.
Party. Well, yeah, that's all of them. But like, he hurts me so much because I jammed his CD for such a long time.
You shouldn't admit to that. You should not admit to that.
Dude,
that's not.
like,
there was never a time when it was okay to jam to Kid Rock. There wasn't.
They're talking 98, 99, you know? I don't know, man. And to see the 180, but then again, it's America, and you have the right to do that. But I think now we have to stand for something greater than ourselves. And I hate to be, you know, like, sound like my hair's on fire, but I got two little ones, man. And when they're trying to change the education system to say that slavery benefited African Americans because they got skills, right, that they could use is blasphemous, right?
Oh, that's weird. Oh, did we get? Oh, I don't know what he said. He got a strike. Oh, thank you, Jen. There's a strike there. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. There was a warning. Box is box is kind of empty. Nutty Professor, I'm pretty sure you're not opposition. I do look. I appreciate everybody who's coming up. I do, but I do. The whole point of this is to have 1v1 debates. I don't know who reported that, by the way, but sorry to Pedro. I hope everything's good. But if we could keep the box open for debate, we may not have it. Nutty Professor, you can tell me. I don't know. I know we're mutual friends, and I've got a bad memory. But can you let me know if you are opposition, just in the comments? Okay, fine. I can have an update, but be fast. If we're not going opposition, I might as well. I got some content probably could get out for the morning. Welcome.
No, you know I'm not opposition, but I'll make this quick. I just want to give you a quick update. So you DM me the name of the person that said that they wanted to take me up on the offer.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I've been trying to give you an update for a week now, and you never.
I can't. The thing is, I never remember I never remember screen names. I never do. That's the shitty thing. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, update. How did it go?
That person only wanted to troll my account. That's all they wanted to do.
Oh.
And I was like, it's fine. You can troll my account, but I really want to give you this ticket. Let's talk about this ticket. No, they never want to talk about it.
That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. But I guess you don't have to spend the money, I guess. You could send me on a vacation if you'd like. That's up to you.
No, I want to save it for Magites. So that offer is still valid until December 1st.
Do you want to just repeat the offer one more time so the people that are here?
Absolutely. For any MAGA person, I will purchase a one-way ticket for you to Moscow. A one-way ticket, all right, to Moscow. We're going to up the ante. This is going to be a first-class ticket. So you're going to be riding in style. I will purchase the most expensive bottle of champagne that I can possibly find on that flight. And we're going to give you 450,000 rubles, which equates to 5,000 American dollars. That's the offer. So there it is. I just want to give you an update. So
So
There
that
you go.
box is open. If anybody wants to take him up on that, DM him, or you can come up in the box. You can tell me about it.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, and stop wasting your energy on Snuggles, please.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I need some opposition. He sits at the bottom of the list sometimes for a while.
All right, man. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
brother. Be well. All right, look, it's gonna be early tomorrow. We don't seem to have much opposition. Let's raid somebody else. We'll call it a night. Who do you guys want to raid? Let me know who you guys want to raid tonight. We'll do that. We'll start over in the morning. Tommy. I'm seeing for Tommy. Tommy, yeah, I love Tommy. Tommy's wonderful. Let's raid Tommy. Let him know we're there. I will see. I'll head over there for a couple minutes too. In a little bit. But head to Tommy's. I will see everybody else in the morning.